Hey guys, I haven't done this in such a long time, so um I'm actually really like worried I'm gonna be able. I hope I'm gonna be able to do this like successfully. I'm sorry. Hi, how you doing everyone? Nice to see all of you. I'm just I just uploaded like a link if you guys want to join and talk to us and have a conversation because like I said, this is a conversation with an actual Israeli civilian. I know people always hear about us in the media, but let's be real, if you hear from the media is providing you um, whatever story will bring more people and more views and more, crazy things, which is okay to some extent. It is absolutely not okay when it is actual human life. And I feel like we have been played and toyed with for such a long time. And honestly, um, that's a no. That's an absolutely no for me. So if you guys have any questions or a conversation or things you want to talk about to an Israeli civilian and you want to go past this whole like Asa on the news or I've seen a TikTok video, um, your guys are more than welcome to join and talk. Um, let's see. By the way, let's just answer some questions until people are gonna join. I put the link above, so you guys can just definitely like join the stream and talk to me, like a conversation, like an actual conversation, like back in the old days. Remember that I used to be here? I forgot. I'm sorry. Um, let's see. Where were you? I miss you. First of all, thank you so much, everyone, for the. Let's put this again, and thank you, movie review. Um, I haven't been able to be here for a while because, real life war stuff, terrible things have happened here. And this is, it actually, I didn't have the time to um, do this. And I also, because you guys know, after I'm filming something, I need to edit it and like blah, blah, blah. And it's taking such a long time and I don't have time. That's just like the case. So if I have time, I am really trying to also, let me also remove this. Thank you, movie review. I am really trying to show you guys different people that are talking about this entire situation. And I love it if you guys will follow them. There is Matan Peretz, Hanania Naftali, Yusuf Haddad, like all those people are so great in what they are doing. There's also a girl named Maya, and I am sorry, I she's like a TikToker, but I know most of you don't like TikTok, so I'm not gonna like, but just know she exists, and I did post here a lot of things. She is doing. Those people are doing an amazing job. Um, Sometimes, honestly, sometimes mentally, I don't have the power to do that, and they are keep going and pushing. So I really hope you guys will be able to contact also them and watch their videos and talk to them because they are absolutely incredible in what they are doing. And yeah, just another thing to educate yourself with. I'm always telling you guys, talk to an Israeli, talk to a Palestinian, understand both sides, and like in every side have a lot of another like more other sides to it. But just try to educate yourself not through media but also through people. I do understand I am right now on a YouTube platform. However, this is, it's still more genuine and real. So, like I said, if you guys want to have an actual conversation, I'm sorry, you know that my English is like a little because I we managed to free ourselves from the British ruling, so I wasn't forced to learn English as much. So I speak my native language, so it will be a little bit difficult for me to talk in the chat. However, I will read the chat. I'll try to read the chat, and I'm also going to after this, I'll try to read the chat again, see if I missed some things, try to reply if I can. But if you actually want to join and have an actual conversation, you are more than welcome to click on the what I put about what I put in the chat on the pinned message. I'm sorry, I haven't spoke English for such a long time, so it's taken me time. Also, like I'm trying to not to hide like my Israeli accent. um but yeah, we'll try to make it, well, it's gonna be fine. So I am going to add the first person to this conversation, and like I said, if you guys want to have a conversation, you're more than welcome to click on the link that pinned in above the chat, and you're welcome to have a conversation. So let's start. Rajat, let's add you to this. Let's do this. Are you here?
Hello,
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm a big fan of you.
Oh, thank you
I'm
so
I'm
much.
watch I'm watching you since last 4 years. The first video I watched of you was the Haifa war, which
The Battle of
Indian
Haifa?
tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. From then, and I'm following you, and
Mm-hmm.
thing which happened after October 7 attack. That made me very feel sad. As a Hindu, I support Israel too much.
Well, I'm sorry to say that as a Hindu, you see what's happening in the countries. I don't know where you are, sir. Where you are in the world? What country are you right now?
India.
Okay. So as a person, a Hindu from India, I'm sure you are aware of what happened in Bangladesh, Kashmir. Like I'm sure you like also inside of India. I'm sure you are aware of what happened to
Yeah,
Hindus
of course.
people from the same
There's
joint enemy that we have.
yeah,
Um,
mentality is same
yeah, I am very
everywhere.
sorry you guys also suffer the same thing. Even though I did warn you guys ever since from 2017 where I started this thing. Um, I told you this is not just a Jewish thing. This the people who are like
No,
every
this
person
is
who is
collective.
not like this specific group is targeted, and you guys will also, so you guys also need to be very careful and to start, I'm sorry to say, you need to start getting ready.
Yeah, trust me. Before you can say around 2019, I was
Mm-hmm.
a very liberal person. When after lockdown, I started studying about it, and first I was very shocked that how can a whole community be so radicalized, and I was so much liberal that that I thought that yeah, they are two humans but they are misleaded or something like that. But after lockdown I read so much that I'm
Mm-hmm.
today I feel like they are they cannot you cannot just guide them towards the humanity. It's just their ideology which forbids them to do so.
I mean, we can
uh,
say that they're inhumane and all of that, but that's just us giving them a break. As a Hindu from India, I am sure you are aware that your culture and the way you look at the world is very different from an
yeah, of
American
course.
person who's like in your age and everything. They have a different mentality, and they have different ways of looking at life. And I think it's very, very important for everyone. To try to educate themselves about what is like read their holy books, try to learn their language, because they're saying one thing in English and then saying completely something different in their own like in their native language to their people. So it is always really important to know exactly who you're dealing with, and then understand that it's not like they're not human, it's they are representing something. Personally, I look at this as like something is that is a part of the darkness, because I believe as a Jewish person from Israel that we should be, a part of the
Yes,
light and
yes.
help the world, just like how Hindu is just like all about positivity and not forcing any like your religion on anyone. um
Yeah, of
but I
course.
think it's very important for all of us, me, you, the
So
people in the
this
chat, to
attribute of
learn who we're talking about.
this attribute of not forcing a religion is common among Jews and Hindus, and of
Mm-hmm.
course, and a Christian as well. You can say they do not force that
No, no.
much. But
Now,
these people
in
like
modern day,
either
hold
you
on.
convert or die.
Yes, but in this, we're talking about Christianity in modern day. Back in the day, with the whole Crusaders and all of that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Christianity was not a peaceful religion. It is maybe right now becoming more, but still there have the big aspect of. And I'm not saying something about against Christians of today, but there is a big movement of making everyone the same religion as us, um, which
Yeah,
is a
but they are not
problem.
that much, violent as as them.
Right,
They
because
you can,
they
yeah,
evolved, but back in the days they used to be. They used to be
yeah, of
violent. They
course.
used to come and like conquer a lot of land and force the entire world to be Christianized, which is kind of similar to what Islam is doing right now. However, not that, because Islam is using more method, like modern methods, so it's a little bit more extreme. But again,
Fifth
we
generation warfare.
yeah, but we're talking about like historical facts and not about like feelings and stuff. So that's like, I don't want any Christian or Muslim person in here will be like offended by this. We're just talking about historical facts. It is a fact that the Christians did crusade. It is a fact that Christians came to places and
Yes,
forced
of
people to
course.
convert, and it is a fact that Islam is operating the exact same way, but even more in a more developed way from the 7th century when they were, you know, established. Let's call it like that.
You can say before, Narendra Modi BJP government before
Yeah.
2014, we as a Hindu community were that much liberal that even if vegetable price got increased, we were like, yeah, remove the government. But after 2014, slowly, when we came to aware about their deeds in our community, how they are spreading you know their
Mm-hmm.
mentality, and how they are tackling us, or attacking us, our women, our children. So slowly we kind of became very self dependent, and now they consider us radicals, but we are not radicals. We are just defending ourselves. uh, to an year ago, there was a case in India where
Mm-hmm.
three little children were their throats were cut off by the barber which they used to go, and the barber shop of them is just the neighbor. The barber shop was the neighbor.
Okay. Oh, I thought
So
you're talking about the
he
ethnic group, the barbers. So,
yeah,
who was that person?
yeah. So he was from that community, but the the Hindu couple, which had three children, they used to send their children to that barber shop. So basically, they knew each other. They were in good terms. So one day he came to the mother house and said her that I want some money. My wife is in hospital. She's pregnant, so I need some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that woman called her husband that should I give him money? Yeah, he said yes. Yeah, give him some money. Yeah, he can return it later. So their children were actually on the terrace. So when he came inside, so he said, I want to go to take some fresh air on the terrace. So he went on the terrace and just cut the throat with the the razor which they used to
Yeah,
in the hair cutting. Yeah. So he just cut the throat of the youngest child and the oldest child,
I
and
understand. Let me
the
ask
middle
you a
child just
question
ran
though.
away.
Okay. Let me
Of
ask
no
you a
reason.
question.
Yeah,
Those children, what was their religion?
Hindu.
Okay. According to Islam, the world need to be cleaned of non-Muslim. The children
I
were
know that.
Hindus, therefore the children must die. Do you understand how I for you and me this is absolutely sickening. But for
Yeah.
the ideology, the radical Islamic ideology, it made perfect sense. And I know they're gonna come and tell you, no, it says you cannot kill women, men, women, like we cannot kill women and children and blah blah. But we can see it's obviously not how it works.
You know,
Um, My question is,
There was
before
so
that,
much outrage. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yes,
what is the
yeah,
reason he did it? Because I am just providing you the religion aspect. I'm asking, was that
yeah,
person
yeah. That's
has
where I'm
a
going.
mental
Yeah,
illness
that's where I'm going
before,
on.
or
So the reason,
mm-hmm.
which is, it was never revealed as soon after as he killed, he and his brother, which were involved in that killing. So there were two people, he and
Yeah.
his big brother. So they fled away. But
What was the reason
in
for them to do that? Do you know? Because I feel like
there,
this is
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
terrible,
This
terrifying
is
what you're
where I'm.
telling me.
This
But
is where I'm going. This is where I'm going.
mm-hmm.
So soon after they fled away, police they had an encounter with police, and there is a state called in India which is UP. So police and the government is very strict in these kind of aspects. So basically, he got shot. So
What
there
was
was
the reason he killed the children? That was my question.
no perfect reason, no reason, no random reason. It was never revealed what was the reason. So that
Because
much there
we
was
can
so much
say
outrage in
that
the
because
India.
he was Muslim. Hold on, we can say because that he was Muslim, and I can understand, like, explain to you the Muslim way of looking at things.
And
However, if you
and
don't
it
know
was
the
during
actual
Ramadan. It was
reason,
during Ramadan.
okay, it doesn't. Okay, first of all, during Ramadan, that's even more holier because again, you need to clean the world from non-Muslims. So that's good for him. I hope he's happy in heaven with the whole 72 versions that they're being promised if they're gonna take unalived, non-Muslim people. Which is, by the way, for all of you, I am assuming, like, for the male audience, the female don't need that. I'm sorry, because like we're a little bit smarter. Sorry, guys. If someone is telling you that if you're gonna convert to this religion and unalive people who are not part of that religion, and therefore you will be rewarded with females, um d- don't do that. Like, be a little bit more respectful to yourself, okay?
But
Because
I
this
can tell
is
you something.
like,
In India, it is opposite. Females are much vulnerable to convert. There is something called love jihad. So they basically used to,
no,
uh,
educate me.
persuade them, and then after before marriage, they do so much promises that I will keep you like this. I will never force you to do anything. And just after marriage, there are many cases where many females are being forced to convert, or if
Hmm.
they refuse to do so, in many cases, they just kill them, cut them in pieces, throw them away in the lake or the river.
Do you
There are
see how
many
I'm not
cases.
surprised? Do you see my look when you say those things? I'm not surprised because I know the culture and the way Islam works. So you guys need to educate yourself. Now, with all due respect, a lot of um, I'm not gonna tell you. Of course, there might be some Muslim people that you can marry and live happily ever after with full of respect and everything. I'm talking about the core of that religion. um, you can marry someone from a different religion as long as that person is converting. Like I said, again, the most important thing is to make the entire world a Muslim world. If something is in the way, you need to eliminate it. One of the reasons you can, one of the ways you can eliminate like people is by unaliving them. And again, this is like a holy thing for them to do. This is jihad, means in Arabic like a holy war. Shahid is a person who is a part of this holy war, and you need to create this holy war of cleaning the earth from the non-believers. Again, not what I believe in, but you need to understand what they believe in order to understand how to fight them. Because I know a lot of Hindus are a peaceful, like a bunch of like Hinduism is a very peaceful religion, a real peaceful religion, not like as a joke. That's not how we like say, oh, the most peaceful religion in the world, and we're talking about Islam.
Yes,
But that I when I started to talk to people from like Hindu people, they really believed that if they're gonna talk to someone's heart and like make sure that person will get to know them, they thought this will change the situation. Unfortunately, they didn't. stopped and learned about the other person, like I said, ideology, values, all of that, and that's why it failed. Like you cannot
Can
expect everyone to like be nice. This is not how the world works in general. Like people are not
can I say
nice in
something?
general. Yeah, of course.
See, from a long time as that the war started from October 7. I just want to listen from a Israeli person that
Mm-hmm.
I want you to listen that what we think. See, there are many media houses I don't want to mention which say that Israel is committing a genocide,
You can
which
mention
I
it's a
think
free
Israel is
it's a
not.
free speech stream. You can say whatever you
Okay,
want.
okay. The Al Jazeera,
Sure, no problem.
they make very good, documentary and news, but they are very propagandist. What I can
Yeah,
say.
good job whoever
So
paying those people.
what I think that if Israel was genuinely, try to commit genocide, they have so much weapons at their hand. They could do it. The casualties are unfortunate. We can say 40,000, but if it genuinely wanted to commit genocide with the motive of genocide, they could have done it in one day. I think that
That is correct.
given the
If
dense
Israel want to have
population,
a genocide after October 7,
yeah,
they will end. They will flatten entire Gaza on October 8. You said something. You said about the numbers of casualties, the number of the lives that were lost in the Gaza Strip. I just wanna clear something, and then it's really important for all of you guys to hear it. I sure all of you has someone loved one that passed away from old age, from like an illness, something. Um, from the moment from October 7 until now, there were not even one person died of natural causes, according to the health minister of Gaza, which is basically an or like another movement of Hamas, which is they're part of the government, like they are the government, and this is a government organization that counting the death of Gazan civilians in during this war, from the October 7 until now, there is not even one person who died of old age. No, can someone, I need one person who explain to me what magic happened from October 7 until now that no one died of old age, no one died from an accident, no one died from, I don't know, from an illness, nothing. Everyone only
malnutrition.
died from Israel Israel war. Everyone only died from Israel weapons. All of them. Not even one person dying of old age. Now I am like I need someone to look at the number and say what happened to all the old people. Like for almost the entire year no one died there out of natural causes. This is kind of weird, but it's not like this is why when they're just published big numbers, and again just reminding you guys that Hamas is using civilians as human shields, which mean when they're doing all those attacks they are bringing civilians with them, and they're all none of them is wearing soldiers outfit, they're all wearing civilian clothes, so you cannot identify who's a soldier and who's an innocent civilian there. Hamas doesn't differentiate. I'm sorry, bad English. Hamas is not saying this and this like Hamas soldiers have been killed and this innocent civilians. For Hamas, everyone are innocent civilians, including people who are a part of Hamas. For them, every Ismail, Ania, Anwasa, like all of them are innocent people. Sana, you said support Palestine. Please join the stream and let's have a conversation. Um, if every single one of them is an innocent person, including soldiers, then you need to start thinking about like what is happening. Something is weird with the numbers they're providing. I'm not saying no one died. I'm saying the numbers are like something is like incredibly wrong with those numbers, and you can see it if you understand that like by magic
Uh,
no one died of old age for
Actually,
almost a
they
year.
are spreading another propaganda where they are covering like you can. Israel is capturing innocent civilians and torturing them. So
Israel is what, you mean?
what I'm yeah 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 is IDF is capturing normal average Palestinian from Gaza and
Mm-hmm.
torturing them,
For
thinking
what
that they are
reason?
part of Hamas. Yeah, yeah, they are
Okay.
Hamas and things.
So
So
that's
and
a
they are
problem.
releasing
First of
them.
all, that's not true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, I'm supporting you, but I am listen
I
to
don't
me
need
that
you to. It's
what
not
I'm
about
saying.
who you support. First of all, this is not true.
So
Israel will not
what I
waste
think,
time and resources on just
yeah, of
torturing
course.
people because we're a little busy trying to make sure our hostages will come back home. That's a little bit more important.
And even after the if they are capturing the Hamas people and torturing them, then why why in the world would they release them just to get the more sympathy? If they are really want to torture them just like Nazis did to you, then why would they come alive from their torture and the captivity? They are saying that
Yeah,
we are you are torturing them. That it is then more they can more capitalize from it that
sure.
Israel is torturing.
I can
What I
explain to
think
you
about
about
this.
this. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but in the Gaza Strip and in what's you guys known as the West Bank, but it used to be Judea and Samaria, which was again part of Israel, Israel Kingdom back in the day, not modern day Israel that was rebuilt in like 1948. um, if you're committing a terror attack or if you're part of something and it's either you died during what you're trying to kill like unalived non-Muslims, if you're trying to if the IDF is finding you and trying to interrogate you, all of that, you are the West Bank is actually the government of the West Bank is actually giving money to you and your family. So a lot of people, that's why a lot of people are saying the idea of kidnapping. They're disappearing for some days, coming back and say the idea of kidnap me. No one has a proof to it. They don't have a proof to it. So then they're receiving money from the West Bank, which is pretty genius idea if you think about it, because they want more money. All they need to do is to lie. Did something happen?
No, even if IDF captures some of the Palestinians, even from either from Gaza or the West Bank, they are capturing it on the base of some proof, right? They are just not capturing like randomly that I like this dude, let's get him and torture him. Nah, this is not. I know IDF is very
IDF is
professional army, just like
very
Indian
busy.
army.
We are very busy right now, and to
Yeah, yeah, of course.
stop and harass a random person, we're a little bit busy. Okay, maybe during a peaceful time where we're not gonna find our like search for our hostages, we will try to like do crazy, try to imitate the other side and do their crazy stuff. But right now, like I said, Israel doesn't have no time, no money or resources to do those things, to just abuse people for the name of abuse. That's not what is going to happen, because like I said, we're a little bit, just a tiny bit extremely busy right now.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Uh, they come up one more excuse that they kept us under the siege and they made so much checkpoints. But I've heard many times from the Musab Hassan Yusuf. He regularly talks about it and he said before the first Intifada,
Who talked about
before
it?
1987. Yeah, yeah. Musab Hassan Yusuf, the son of
Okay.
Hamas.
Yeah.
So he said that before the first Intifada, before 1987, there were no checkpoints. He used to travel with his father from Ramallah to Tel Aviv and from Tel Aviv to Ramallah without any checkposts. But after the violence started during the first Intifada, then Israel was forced to, maintain the checkpoints and introduce them for their own civilian safety.
Yeah.
So when
Why do India have
Palestinians,
border with Pakistan? What's
yeah,
the
of
reason
course,
India and Pakistan has a border? At the end of the day, both of you
they're
used to
terrorists.
be Indians. So what's the reason? Why do you have checkpoints when like in the border of Pakistan? Is there an actual
Yeah, of
reason
course.
based on historical facts? Yes. Therefore, like we're not going to apologize
I
for survival
completely.
survive.
No, no, I'm not telling you to apologize. I'm just
No,
saying
no,
that
I'm
you
just
are
like
doing it.
it's not just
And
us.
you are doing it from the, the basic human nature of self-defense. You don't know who is going to kill, to stab you, which regularly happens in the what Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, but mostly I think in Jerusalem because it's connected with the West Bank area.
Hmm.
So there are many Arabs living there, and
Wait, hold on,
randomly
hold on, hold on.
you don't know.
Israel, wait, you said Arabs. Israel is a democratic state. Um, Arab, Judean people, Hebrew people that you guys call as Jews, live here together. They have the same equal rights, everything. I
Of
cannot say
course,
the same about the Gaza and the West Bank because those two places are in apartheid places, like for real. Like you only see a Jewish person cannot just live their life in Gaza with like their own Zionist opinions. So it's just like Arab people are allowed to live in Israel. I live in a mixed neighborhood, so like that's not the case. It's radical Muslim because if we're talking about, we can talk only about Arabs. If you guys gonna look about a city called Bethlehem, I don't know if you guys heard about it. If you guys familiar with a person named Jesus, he was also big in that area. So Jesus was a Jewish man. He was in Bethlehem. Bethlehem used to be extremely Jewish, and then it's changed to extremely Christian. And right now, Bethlehem, the place who's like the most Jewish, like the most Christian place that has so many things connected to Jesus. Right now, it is an almost 100% Arab Muslim place. Like all the Christian Arab people, um, for some reason, were unalived there. Some reason, I don't even know why. Maybe you guys in the comments can help me. Give me a reason.
they
Why
say
do you?
that we gave full rights to Jews in the history, but from every place Jews were, literally either they were forced to exodus, or they were like literally there was a genocide, and
Mhm.
they give that Arabs are living miserably in Israel. When I think that there are almost 16 to 17% Arabs in Israel population, right?
I don't remember the correct thing. I think it's around 40. I don't want to tell you like the right thing. What I can tell you is that Arab
But they
people,
live peacefully, right?
it depends who. No, and listen, this is the Middle East. None of us are peaceful, like in general. There is no such thing as just like a peaceful thing. This is just a fairy tale concept. However, the Arab people in here, we have people, Arab people, also Arab that identify as Palestinians, by the way, Palestinians or Arab, Muslim, Jew, Christian, like being in the government, being in the courtroom. Like there is an Arab judge that sentenced back in the day Ehud Olmert, which was an Israeli Jewish prime minister, not prime minister. Yes, the prime minister. I'm sorry. Um, put him like in jail. So like in a way, all this like thing about, oh, they don't have equal rights, it's easy to say. All I say is just come to Israel, see for yourself. Of course, not everything will be always 100% perfect. There are a lot of things that every country need to deal with. There's a lot of racism and hates on different blah 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 in small amount in different places, because this is how the world works. Everyone is trying to get like a better, to make this world a better place, but we do need to be aware of, reality. I'm not gonna sit here and
But
like say this world, my country is the best country in the world, so amazing, everyone is loving each other, lovey-dovey, and blah blah. That's not true. Just like how India has a big problem of like a lot of different things that I mentioned
yes,
in recent videos I have done. Um, for example, the way like women are being treated there, that I really hope it will change, because if I'm talking to females from India and they're sharing how sometimes they are scared for their lives, this is a major problem. And if it's happening again and again, it is a city, it is a country problem and should be addressed at the government issue. um, every
see, I
country
agree
has
with
its
India that India is not completely modern. See, the modernization which you guys see is generally from the top tier cities. But
Mm-hmm.
at the ground level, when you travel at the village level, we are, I'm not saying we are barbaric, but we are not that much modern and, that much forward thinking.
I'm not a
People
fan of
from the
being
village,
modern.
still there are some, not some issues, many issues in India, because as you know that your country has only one population of 10 million. We have 1.5 billion. So there are unlimited number of
Right.
problems that we need to tackle, and we are working towards it, at least for the betterment. But there are some societies like Pakistan who have such a better society, but I think they are in ruins right now, and they are going down
Mm-hmm.
and down. But we as a society, because we are a Hindu majority, I tell you straightforward, because those people are from Pakistan, they were the part of India before, the partition. So, as a
Mm-hmm.
Hindu majority society, this is the reason why we are progressive society. The day when there is some, tussle between. So, I don't think that this will be the same. And this is the same concern I want to ask you, that what will happen if the so-called Arab population in your country increases, just like Lebanon? Lebanon, what is happening
What's
in
the issue with
Lebanon?
that?
There are so
What's the issue if they're gonna increase? It's all good. I don't have a problem with their increasing. I have a
So
problem with
they
radical
will create
Islamism.
some problems for
No,
the
no, hold
Jews, I
on, hold
think.
on, hold on. I don't have a problem with Arab people increasing. I have a problem with radical Islam increasing. Now, if you mentioned Lebanon, we can see in Lebanon in the 17 they had a civil war, and the only reason this war started is because Lebanon accepted some Palestinian refugees to that area, and then the Muslim Arab so-called Palestinian, so-called refugees people started to kill Lebanese people who are Christian. The majority of Lebanon right now is Arab. Back in the day, they were just like an actual, like Lebanon is in their own. They have their own ethnicity. They're different from the Arabs who came from Arabia and all of that area. However, that's something that did happen to them. So, like I said, I have no problem with Arab people being a lot of them here. As long as everyone here understanding that they need to live in a democracy where every person have their voice. In Israel, I live in Jerusalem, so I have no problem saying this to you guys about this. I've done like a live stream when I just showed you guys the city, like my city. I showed you we have synagogues, we have churches, we have mosque in here, we have a lot of different prayer houses for a lot of different subgroups inside religions. They're all living here peacefully. There is no synagogue. There is one synagogue who's ancient in Gaza, because back in the day where we used to live there, but I'm pretty sure they already destroyed because they love to destroy archaeology memorabilia, because that's again not helping the narrative of the lying. um, but like there is no problem if they're going to be here, a lot of them, as long as everyone respect each other to some extent.
But how can you guarantee it? With the increase of population, you know that well, you are too smart. I don't need to explain you. With the increase of population, the chances of becoming radicalized increases, and
That's
chances
why
of
you
getting
you need to be very careful.
influenced from your neighbors, which are already trying to kill, especially Jews, not Arabs.
I mean, yeah,
They're
but at the
trying to
end of the day,
eradicate from the river to the sea. That's what
but
they
at
say.
the end of the day, you can
You are
see
too
who.
smart to. I don't need to
Nah,
explain you,
I'm
right?
fine. But you can see the people who are. You can see the countries around us. We got Lebanon, we got Syria, we got Jordan, we got Egypt. None of the countries around that territory are really helping that one specific group. Because it's not just an Israel problem, it's just a bunch of radical people that are not only a threat to us, but also a threat on other Arab Muslim people, and also just like in general. So like no one wants to deal with them. So this is why I'm not that worried, because I know that even I've seen this. Okay, there's a person named Yusuf Haddad. He is an amazing person. He's Arab, by the way. Don't be scared. He lives in Israel. He served in the IDF, everything, and he is very big on explaining people what's the situation from his point of view. He shared a video of a summer. I have no idea where that is because I didn't really read a lot of what he wrote after this. But there's a video of someone asking people, "Do you support Palestine? Will you willing to fight for Palestine?" And people say, "Yeah, of course, absolutely, I'm down. Like, sign me up. I definitely." And then they said, "Okay." Are you willing to volunteer for Palestine, join the fight, give us your name, your address, your email. We're gonna make sure you're gonna be there. All of a sudden, all the people who are like all big talk about, yeah, I supported, all of them like took a step back and said, whoa, I need to go, I need to own. It's just like people talk on the internet, especially a big talk, but when it comes to actually uh put yourself where your mouth is, like actually show what you stand on, what you're saying, and stand behind what you believe in, a lot of people are backing out. I'm not saying anything about you, but you can clearly see my face. I've shown you guys my city. People know who I am, and I don't have a problem. Like, I'm not hiding who I am and what my opinions and beliefs are. And if someone feel like they should be hiding, that means a lot about their, like, I don't believe they're 100% believing what they are saying and trusting what they are saying.
Have you heard about the phrase which they said, the person have the capability, but he does not have the intent to do certain thing. But there are some people who have strong intent to do it, but they does not have the
Hmm.
capability. So you can see where I'm going. That the day then when the capability and intent matches, they will go for it.
I think it's just
They
like
have the
there's a
intent,
lot of
they have
factors.
the intent, but they don't have the capability, according to
No,
me, what
I
I think.
think that it's very easy to write in the comment section something, and it's completely and like to stand in a different country. For example, the really stupid Western American people that are standing in their campuses chanting really radical, crazy stuff. But it's a completely different thing to actually join and do something about it, like for real, like join the place. So this is why I'm
Because they
not
don't have the
that.
capability.
I don't. I think they have the that word that I cannot pronounce in English. Think they just
Capable of doing that. They are not just capable of doing crossing the
they
sea
are
or the ocean,
they
but they
just,
really want to. I'm telling you.
if they want to, they will do it. I don't believe that. If someone really want to do something, he will do it.
No, there are 22.5 million cowards living in
Look how
Pakistan,
when
which all
ISIS
wanted
was
to
established.
destroy Israel, but they don't have the capability. They
When
don't.
ISIS was
I
established, we saw teenagers from all over the world, stupid teenagers who have nothing to do with their life, actually flying to countries like Syria and all of this place, trying to be recruited for ISIS. So there is the actual people who did it, and there is the sad people that love to scream and shout and feel like they're a part of something, because apparently they don't have any hobbies and they want to feel this sense of community, and right now it is trendy to be a part of that community. But at the end of the day, when that community is going to do something, those people will do, like, they will stay home, they will shout from their street, hold a sign, whatever, but they're not gonna fly. They're not gonna do that here. The problem is that those people are staying there, and slowly they're also being radical and all of that things, and they will eventually be the terrorist cell in their own country. So when you see in your country people that are fighting and holding the flag, the fake flag of Palestine, um, just know that those people will not, most of the chances, they will not go
There
to
are very
Palestine.
less. There are very less people as
But
compared to
they
Western
are.
countries. I can see. Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
of
are.
course. There are
And
many
those people
politicians
will be
too
your
have
problem,
said this.
you guys. Those people will be the
Yeah.
terrorists. You don't need 70 terrorists to commit a terror to commit an extreme terror attack that will take a lot of civilians life. You need one person with a weapon, with a bomb, with something, one person who has access to a populated area. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you know this about India, but India is a heavily populated country, and you can see a lot of people
Yeah,
there.
of course I
Imagine
know that.
one person in Delhi, one person in walking in Delhi in the main bazaar, and pressing an explosive. What will happen? One person. You need
So
one
there
person to
are
commit a
many
terrible terror
cases
attack.
in the past, but nowadays the thing is like that we have a strong intelligence network. So before
Everyone says
anyone
that.
tries to do that,
No, no, no. You need to be
but
careful. You can never
nowadays there
trust.
are very less attacks. We can say before pre 2014 when there were Congress government, there were
Hmm.
many bomb attacks on daily basis, but nowadays it's like in 2 months, 3 months, one or two bombs, like
Yet.
not much big bomb, but yeah, there are some attacks still happening. But before there are many cases that before they try to do something,
Sir,
they get caught,
learn
or
from our
yeah,
mistake. We always said we had the highest intelligence, we know everything, blah, blah, and then October 7 happened. Learn from our mistake. Never try, in general, I say never trust the government, but I'm always saying that's like even before the war. Guys, your government is one thing, you should always trust yourself also first. I don't like governments, I don't like politics. You guys need to be careful. You cannot see, like, if you're walking in the middle of the summer, it's extremely hot, and you see someone like wearing a coat and a lot of strings coming out of it. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm sure that person is okay. The spirit of India will help me." No, walk, like, call the authorities. Say there is something suspicious. Like, don't. You need to be with one eye open. Now I'm gonna let you, like, say your final thoughts, and then we're gonna move on to the next person. Okay? But I do appreciate this
yeah.
conversation,
So
and I wish you will join like many other times that I'll be able to do
yes,
that.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course. Yeah. So my final thoughts are the situation which is going on is obviously very tense, and Israel is dealing with not just an enemy; they are dealing
Mm-hmm.
with an ideology which is packed under a dense population and backed by international conviction or support. There are
Mm-hmm.
many people who are supporting you, but most of them are capitalizing their injuries, their casualties against you to initiate a propaganda, and I don't know how will it end and when will it end soon, because I don't know. There are it's only going in dark and dark and dark day by day, and people are saying that you guys are bringing another generation of Hamas, which is completely radicalized, and how will it end? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
please take care of yourself. You are a very brilliant people on earth, and yeah, I really
I,
love you. And my final thought, India is the only country that did not persecute Jews ever in their history. Thank you.
yeah, I do appreciate it. Seriously, that is really nice of you to say. And thank you so much for stopping by. And like I said, please don't be a stranger in other streams that I hope I'll be able to do. Like I said, okay. I'm gonna. By the way, I've seen a lot of non. I've seen a lot of pro Hamas supporters in the chat. If any of you want to have, like, if any of you want to have an actual conversation, you guys are more than welcome to click the link above the chat and actually stand on what you believe in, because entering a place writing free Palestine and then running away, it just show the coward that you are, and therefore none of us will respect you. So if you want to be actual, and maybe you manage to, maybe you will be able to convince me, think about it, join, and like let's talk about it. Okay, let's see who's next. I cannot, do you remember the guys that I can never say your name? I'm so sorry. um Alankrit Kumar. I'm
Hello,
letting you join.
hello, Alankrit
What's
Kumar.
up? Wait, say it again.
I'm
What's
fine. My
what's the
name is
name?
Alankrit Kumar.
Alankrit.
Alankrit Kumar.
Okay, thank
Alankrit
you.
is a Sanskrit word. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
What does it mean?
uh, it means giving some honor and uh,
Cool.
hard to define it. So
Well, that's great.
Sanskrit
Thank
word
you
I
for
sometimes.
educating me.
Even some Hindi speakers find it difficult to pronounce my name.
Ah,
So
yes. Okay, good.
it's
It's
a
not just
common
me. I'm
problem
not the
with me.
only problem.
Yes,
Okay,
you're not the only one. So
good.
recently I watched some Indian bloggers visiting Israel. Uh, the thing
Ooh, can
which
you please send me a link on? Do you have
Alankrit,
any
just call
IG?
me Alan. Okay, call me Alan. Call me Alan. Okay,
Okay.
just like I forgot their name. Literally forgot their name. But just we can see the nomad as his name is nomad as just
Wait,
last
I
name is
need. Can you or someone after this send me a link to their channels on IG? I would love to see this. I am very sorry. I missed their trip. I would love like to meet people who are
there are
coming to
many
Israel.
Indian YouTubers visiting Israel. There are many vlogs in Hindi.
I want to. Oh,
The
in
thing,
Hindi. Fine. I want to see it still.
the thing which I literally find is strange that literally the process of communities in Israel is literally almost
Mm-hmm.
5 times more than in India. So literally, I'm just wondering, want to ask you that
Yeah.
if I plan to visit Israel, how much should I have to for a complete 1 week, at least 1 week journey?
What is it that you like to do? Yes, Israel is the shekel is more it's higher than the rupee, but like what do you want? Do you like nature? Do you like museums? Do you like parties? Do you like history? Like
Uh,
what exactly?
museum and history, museum and history.
Okay, museums. Let's see. I can Google it right now, but you can do it too. You can just Google different types of museums and see how much a ticket costs. Um, also,
No,
I
no,
think there is this. There
no,
is
almost what was the cost of traveling and living, food?
Listen, and I was never a tourist in Israel, so I don't know the right answer to give you. You need
Okay.
to answer this people who are like to question this people who are traveling to Israel. I am aware that Israel is more expensive than other places, like for example
Yeah,
in India.
I know.
However, it all depends on the things because like if you like history you can just first of all you can just walk in the street. For example, in my city there's so many history in the street and they have like a plaque on the wall that says like you can see a plaque and says in this building this and this lived, this and this happened here. So there's a lot of the archaeology and things that people will just like show
So,
immediately for free.
In which city you live?
I live in Jerusalem, in the
Jerusalem.
capital city. Yes.
Great, great. I also want to visit Jerusalem. And how
You
much
better.
Haifa is?
People, if you're coming to Israel and you're not visiting Jerusalem, I don't know what is wrong with you. I'm sorry. Let me just put it out there. You need to come to my city because my city is amazing. I'm not
Yeah,
biased at all.
I see that. I see that in blogs. Yes, your city is
Hmm.
really amazing.
Yeah.
And how much that the Haifa Memorial is far from you, Jerusalem?
Haifa is like I think 2 hours drive, but you
In
can go there.
kilometers.
Oh, sir, this is not a. Let me check. You know what? I'll Google this for you. مرخاك, what's the distance? Hold on. Between Jerusalem
Mm,
to Haifa. It is 150 kilometers. So it says that you need to take like 2 hours. Oh, by a car, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. If you go by bus or train, it's like another. It's less. It's 1 hour and 41 minutes. If you go by foot, it's 33 hours. Depends if you want to stop and
33
rest
hours.
or drink some water. Like yeah,
Yeah, great. Who can over go by walk? Literally.
you can always schedule. You know there are guided tours in here. You can talk to a tour guide if you guys need help. I can connect you to a tour guide. Personally, I don't know him, but I've
Mm,
seen a lot of his videos. And I'm 100% like I See, for example, I don't agree with a lot of his way of thinking, but I think he is providing information in a very non-biased way. And I think this is like, if you want a tour guide, I can recommend you. He's also like he has, let me see, he has a YouTube channel.
Okay, so
Uh,
people of Israel know about the Haifa war held in 1918.
yeah, of course.
Of
Of
course,
course, I made a
literally,
video about it.
no,
The
I know.
name of
I
this
see that video. I see
person
that
is
video.
travelingisrael.com. He has a YouTube channel in here. You guys
No,
are
I
more
mean
than
that
welcome to
an
post
average
it.
people of Israel, with average people of Israel, do know about that war of Haifa
Yeah,
fought
we
by the
learned
Indian
that in
nations
schools.
in
That
schools.
happened in our country. So yeah, we learned that in our schools.
Do still do that thing is still uh, teached in school?
I mean, I'm not in school anymore, but like when I was in school, I learned it, and that was not that long ago. So I don't think that it was taken away from the books.
They still
Um,
teach in school and current day.
I told
Do
you
this?
I am not in school right now, so I do not know. However, when I was in school, that was a part of, like, we learned that. We learned about a lot of the things. It was not specifically about like about India. It was about how the British brought a lot of soldiers from different places, including India, and there is not just, okay. There's this big cemetery of Indian soldiers in Haifa, but there's also one kind of small, but it still exists in Jerusalem. I think it is in a neighborhood called Tel Piyot. I'm not sure, but like there's also like a graveyard for Indian soldiers in Jerusalem. Haifa is just the biggest one.
Yeah, seriously glad to know that.
Hmm.
Literally, glad to know this. Uh, I don't know this because in India, if you ask anyone about the Battle of Haifa, they don't know. Average Indian don't know about it.
But that was in a
Even
different country. I can understand why they don't know. I'm not gonna
yeah, even
ask
at
you, have you guys
international,
learned about the 6 days war?
even if you talk about the international history, that Haifa war is not third year. They don't teach us these days.
I
Okay.
understand that for you guys it's a big event, but if we're looking about what happened in the entire world at that time, the Battle of Haifa was a pretty small battle. If we're just comparing it to things, to major things that are happening in the
Hmm.
world at that time. So that
At
being
that
said, I
time.
can understand why educational systems in the world will choose not to teach about that and to teach about different subjects. And I do understand why um, you are more interested about this, because it is affecting you. You are a part of it. Your history is a part of it. But a person from Sweden, it doesn't know about it. He doesn't even know like
Hmm.
what Haifa is most of the chances, which is okay, because he's more focused on things that happen in his side of the world.
Yes, there are a
Oh
lot more
wait,
major
someone
things
is
at
saying
that time is going to.
we did know about Haifa War. Sorry, bro. Where you guys are? Where you are? Wait, I know you. Where are you from? Let me know where you from. Traveling around.
Also, just covering up.
Mhm.
Just last thing, I want to thanks for the
Sure.
Jews that for supporting us for us and the Bangladesh Hindus. Raising
Oh,
thanks for raising
absolutely.
voice for Bangladesh Hindu because
That
it's
is not even.
literally kind of unexpected thing for us. Okay, we never expect any foreigners to support us. We never
Let me be.
see that in the entire
Yeah.
history. Earlier
So I'll
there
be
are
perfectly clear in my statement. I will, first of all, of course, I support the every person who just want to live their life, and I'll be even more specific because I hate when people wishy washy and talk like in general. I support the Hindu people of Bangladesh, the whoever is like still like non-Muslim in Pakistan. Like, I support every person who just trying to live their life, and I am sorry that terrible things are happening to them right now. I am even
you
more
don't need to say
sorry that
sorry. You're
all of
not the
this.
reason
No,
behind
no,
it.
no. I okay, not sorry, but I feel your pain. And it's not just like, oh, I
Yeah,
feel
it's
your
literally
pain like in
devastating.
general. You know what happened to me? I posted, I talked about it all the time. I showed you guys terror attacks. I am sorry you are also I'm sorry you can I'm sorry you
No, you
can
don't need to. You don't need to say
be.
sorry. Okay, you don't need to say sorry.
No,
But
no, I
I'm just
am. I
literally
feel
wondering. Wonder.
like I feel sorrow that you guys are dealing the same thing that me personally, not even my country, that me personally is dealing with. I think this is a major problem, and I really
The
feel
major
your
problem
pain,
is
and I hope this will end very quickly.
another threat from Bangladesh we receive is that there are many illegal Bangladeshi Rohingya Muslims. They are entered in India, and they are not just in thousands. They are in lakhs. They are in lakhs
Mhm.
and literally entered in almost each and every state of India. That's also biggest problem with it. And if we try to infiltrate them, government just recently, just few years ago, take a NRC, National Citizenship Record. Then there are massive protests started by Muslim community. So
Mhm.
again, this created a problem against us. And even if we want to give the citizenship to the minorities of Pakistan and Bangladesh, then Modi government enacted CA, Citizenship Amendment Act. Then there against it also Muslim community started protest, go to Supreme Court, and UN also interfere with it. So again, this kind of problems we are facing.
Got it. I am. Personally, I am not that. I Okay, I'll be perfectly honest. I used to be like all about like even though I told you I hate geopolitics, I am 100% against big
I also
governments and
hate my
all of that.
politics. It's not just you.
Yeah.
I also hate my
However,
politics.
back in the day, I used to be more aware of things that are happening in India. I used to watch Modi ji like speeches and stuff and see what he's actually doing and what he's just saying he's doing. That personally, I think he's actually standing behind a lot of the things he said he will take care of. He's trying to take care of, so I applaud him for that. However, from October 7, I did not really watch a lot of um things that are happening outside of my country, especially not things that are inside like inside a different country, like a politic of inside a different country. As much as I love India, um I'm still a little bit busy trying to, survive.
So, how much your life affect after 7 October months? How much your daily routine change after 7 October?
I lost friends and family um, in October 7 and also after this. I'm not going to tell you more information about this because I believe my private life should stay private even though it is published for the public eye in here. Um, I don't know if you guys are aware, but like we have, like I said, like you also said, I live in Jerusalem. We have terror attacks that are not being mentioned because they're not big enough, and we're not gonna bring more views. But we have daily, how do you call it, Molotov cocktails, rocks have been thrown at us, all of that, like small terror attacks that are injuring people. Um, it's just the entire situation is different because right now like we saw a lot of the people also in the world waking up and like showing their true faces, but I'm happy to say that slowly the world is trying to uh, stop being a part of the whole like Palestine trend, because it is a trend, um, and starting focusing on other stuff. So there is what happened to me in personal life, which is trying to survive in Israel, with rockets have been sent to us, like being in a shelter for a long time and all of that. And there's what's happening to me online, based on the conversation I'm talking to people from all over the world, and how sometimes it's absolutely terrifying. um I assume you guys will also, because Judaism is not just a religion, it's also an ethnicity. So I need you
Uh,
guys to imagine that people tell you it's not just like it's not just that you're a Hindu, you're also from India, and therefore I hope you and everyone you know and love will die, and I hope I'll be the one who will be able to do that, and all that's absolutely scary things being
yeah.
said to you again and again and
Okay.
again.
So one question I also want to ask with you,
Sure.
that whenever I defend Israel and Jews on social media, Muslim targets
Mhm.
me that saying that Torah says to kill idol worshippers, Torah says to kill Hindus. So what's
Mhm.
the fact about this?
The fact about this is that the difference between Judaism and Islam is that Islam stole a lot of things from Judaism, and then they're trying to say, oh, it also says in Judaism, so this is okay. Let me be perfectly clear. What does it mean? It doesn't mean to kill every person who's not Jewish. Judaism believe in doing the simplest thing of like people who are not Jewish. Judaism is a culture, is like a religion that is for one specific family, the children of Jacob. You don't need to be Jewish. I'm not telling you to be Jewish. If you're gonna tell me you want to convert, I will tell you not to do that. Therefore, I have no reason to kill you if I like don't want you to be that. What it is says that like non-Jewish people need to keep seven rules, which is basically the cores of like be a decent human. Don't rape, don't kill, don't steal, don't blah blah blah. That is it. Now, if we're talking about your gods, for example, I think you need to understand that back in the day when the Torah was written, uh, India, we the people were aware of India. However, it's not like people were knew exactly about India. It's not like people knew who Shiva is, or like you understand. It's like
Lord
they
Shiva.
didn't have
Yes,
that
Lord Shiva.
information. All of the like they didn't knew what that is. So like to say, oh, they say they're gonna kill us, blah blah. Blah. They didn't know you, sir. They were a little bit busy in the Middle East, so that's not the case. And it's always against people who are trying to kill you. It's just like I can read a small part of some random Veda and say, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna twist this, and I'm gonna make sure everyone will know that Hinduism is a terrible religion. Why? This is why I'm always like, I'm not gonna ask you this because you're just here to ask questions. But when people are, like you said, when Muslim people come and say stuff like this to me, I'm always asking, can you please say what was it written before and what's written after what you statement, like what you said. Even say the word began before that and the word after. They never know because they take one thing and that's the thing, and then
Yeah,
you're gonna
I
know right
understand it.
away.
I understand that. I
Context
understand that.
is
That
important.
we also face a lot of that. I even see in social media that many times Muslim misinterpret verses of Ramayana
Yeah,
and Vedas. They literally misinterpret it and start to defame Hindu religion.
100%. Because to understand something, you need to first know. This is why I
Completely, I
wanted
have to
to
read
learn
it. Completely
Sanskrit in the
understand
beginning.
that.
Yeah, I always said I wanted to when I had time. Now I don't. But I wanted to learn Sanskrit in order to read the Vedas to understand better what it means. When people read the Torah or the Jewish Bible, the Christian Bible, the Quran, they read it, you guys will read it in your own native language. But it was reading in
Um,
a different language, and every language has a different meanings into it. So when you interpret it,
uh,
you don't know what's the truth and what someone
yeah,
else
so I
just
recommend
said.
you to read Gita. I remember that Indian actress Urvashi Natalia
Hmm.
gifted a copy of Bhagavad Gita to your Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. I even see the photos of it.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't received it. I don't know him. I've seen him maybe once, but
No, you
that's
can
also
Google it. You can just randomly Google that Urvashi
yeah.
Natalia and Benjamin Netanyahu. You can see the photos. She
Mm-hmm.
is at least, I think there is a beauty contest in Israel, so that's why she visited it as a judge. I think,
Mm-hmm.
as much I
Yeah.
remember.
Do you
And
see in
that
the comments people making fun of me that I will not be able to learn Sanskrit? You know what? I don't have time now, but maybe one day I will
no,
come and talk style, nothing but
seriously, I'm
Sanskrit.
literally saying that Sanskrit is literally difficult, even more difficult than speaking Hindi. Even many Hindi speakers find difficult to speak Sanskrit. You
I'm
can
not
take my
afraid of
name
the
as
challenge.
a example. Okay, you can take my name as an example. Just like
Yeah.
you find it very difficult to pronounce my name, even many Hindi
Hmm.
speakers also find it difficult to pronounce my name. I
Well,
have
that's
to
but still
literally
I think it's important to learn
new
something in the
languages.
language it was written in. First of all, it's important to learn languages because then you get to know more about the culture. But if you read a book, if you read the Jewish Bible in Hebrew and then you read it in like English, Arabic, Tamil, Hindi, you will see a lot of different things. The main, like
Yeah,
the source, is always the language it was written in, and that's the main thing, and that's what we all need to inspire to know.
because one question I also want to
Sure.
ask with you that mostly whenever I scroll Instagram, mostly times I see that Muslims of India and Pakistan say that Jews want to reclaim their third temple or something named that
And
Haikal
what's the issue
Soleimani.
with that? What's
So
the issue with me wanting to go back to where I came from and rebuild the temple that my God, like the praying house to my God? What is the issue with it? Why is this a bad thing?
they literally then say that Jews will destroy that Alexa and reclaim their third temple.
That's what happened when people are being just idiots. El Aqsa Mosque, there is the Al Aqsa Mosque and there is another mosque there. The Al Aqsa Mosque is on the side. The temple can be rebuilt without touching that mosque. But imagine I will come to you, I will come to India, destroy your temples, your ancient temples,
Yep, Ram Mandir of
build,
Ayodhya,
for
build a Babri
example,
on it.
and
For
then I
example,
will
you can
just
just take a
build.
live example.
But wait, no, I want to take I want to take a hypothetical because I want you and everyone in the comments to explain to me why this is a bad thing. If I'm going to come and destroy a really ancient temple that was a part of your community, and I will build my own religion, a different religion, let's call it water bottle religion. Okay, I will build this on top of your temple, and I destroy your shrine. Will you try to bring back your shrine? If
Yes,
yes, you are the problem. Because I built something new on top of it when I occupied your country. And the fact that you, as an indigenous person, get to open your mouth and cry about it, that's a you problem. Do you understand? El
yes.
Aqsa was built to show domination on a very specific place. And yes, we want that very specific place to go back to its glory days. It doesn't mean you got like people cannot go in uh, and pray there because okay, I believe that my God said about the temple. I'm gonna
No,
say
we
something
Hindus
in
can
Hebrew.
literally relate with you. In this situation, we Hindus can relate with you. Just like if you, you do you know about the Ram Mandir of Ayodhya, history of Ram Mandir of Ayodhya,
Yeah, with
Babri
the
Masjid
like you
case.
said with the Babylonian and stuff. But wait, this is something very important.
The things
Um,
are literally very similar to that. Right? Okay. Here
So what's the
here
reason?
Hindus can
Why is
relate
it
with
a
you.
bad thing that people want to go back to where they came from and rebuild the temple? Why is it a bad thing? Because someone else occupied it and now like they're crying
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
I,
If
I
I'm gonna
literally
enter
relate with
your
you.
home,
100%
if I'm
relate with
gonna
you.
enter your home and
In this
kill your
situation,
family,
I can relate
why
with
is this
you.
a bad
I can
thing?
will
See?
even feel your we can even feel your pain. Okay. Just like
Yeah,
if you
but
literally dig
something very
back to the
important.
history.
The temple will be like what God says. It says, I'm going to say something in Hebrew. It says, Ki beiti beit tefillah hiya lekol ha'amim, which is in English, my house will be a praying house for all nationalities, which means everyone are welcome to come to the temple and pray. It doesn't have to be I'm gonna convert. It means I believe in that God. You, if you believe in my God, you can come and pray. All good. There are people who are not Jewish but believe in the God of Israel, which is okay. And they can come and pray. And it's like a that see, we're talking about peaceful thing. But when someone
Yeah.
is saying, personally me as a Jewish Israeli woman, I am not allowed to enter the Al Aqsa Mosque. In my belief, in our belief of the temple, everyone will be allowed there because everyone are human and everyone are equal.
Hmm.
So when what basically what they're saying is,
Yes.
oh no, the terrible Jewish people are trying to make this place a safe place for every single person in this world, and I want this place that I occupied and destroyed for others, I want this to be nothing like for no one else other than me. So, with all due respect, I'm not going to be nice and say, no, we don't want to do that. Yes, I want this place to go back to what it used to be, and I want every single person on this earth and even astronauts that are out in space, I want everyone to know that they are welcome inside the Israeli temple. Everyone.
So even
Not
Hindu is
just
also
like,
invite. is
You
welcomed
can
in
you can
Israeli
come.
temple.
It's just like you can be there, you can see it, you can come as a tourist, but just know this is a praying house for
Yes, I know.
my God,
We
and I
respect every
expect you to
praying
be
praying
religious.
house.
Yeah, I expect you to be
Just like,
like
for example,
respectful.
in the recent temple of Ayodhya, Ram temple of
Hmm.
Ram Mandir of Ayodhya, we welcomed every religion of this world. Even as a Jew, you can also go there and just just respect that place. Even if you're praying like a Hindu is not is prohibited in your religion, you can just visit that place. Yeah,
See,
you just have to respect that divine.
so basically,
The,
what you saying and that is that you saw a bunch of Muslim people crying about the fact that crying about the fact that like they want to be exclusive and they want to not give access to anyone else other than themselves on a piece
they
of land
want
that
respect,
they
but they don't
kidnap.
respect anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Why should they respect you? You're a non-Muslim.
Hmm.
You don't deserve respect because you're not from the right religion. Do you understand that? I'm
Yeah.
again, this is 100% not what I believe in. I
They
just
want
need you guys to
secularism when in
understand the
minority.
mindset.
They want
Huh?
secularism when they're in minority, but they want a Sharia law when they're in majority. They don't want to give
They want
secularism
Sharia
when
law
they're in
all over. This is
majority.
why they're always coming to different countries all over the world and like slowly being there and then talking about Sharia law.
Yes.
I want all of you in the chat, please, to go and Google what does it means to be a Sharia law, what does it mean to be a non-Muslim living in the Sharia law. I think it's very important for you guys to educate yourself and to understand what you are fighting for and what you are against.
Yeah, that's why currently even the current scenario in India, Muslims don't want
Hmm.
uniform civil code. It's the only Muslim is the only community which opposes the uniform civil code, and due to them, till 1947 to this present time, none of the government can is able to impose a uniform civil code in India. Okay, although there is a provision in our constitution to
Hmm.
that government will provide a uniform civil code, but just because of that, these Muslims, we can't impose that.
Yeah, once
And
again,
still,
there are a lot of people who are Muslims that I'm friends with, by the way, and they're really cool people. I'm talking
yeah,
about
I
the
also don't
second where
have any
Islam
personal
is
problem with that
being.
Islam,
Yeah, there
but
is
just
to
I'm
be born
talking
to a
about
religion
the
and there is to believe the radical ideology of this religion, which is something that everyone should be very scared of. Now I'm gonna let you say like your final things and then we're gonna move on to the next person. So like
okay.
go on. The floor is yours.
So thanks. First time I'm talking with an Israeli. Uh, so literally a great thing, great moment for me. Thanks for
Aw,
entertaining me. Thanks for talking with me.
of
Long live
course.
Israel. And just last question. What means does the word is I'm Israeli khai? And at least see a lot, listen a lot of songs, a lot of sentences. What does this mean? The word I'm Israeli khai.
Am Israel Chai is a word, it's like a sentence in Hebrew that means literally translation Am, the people, Israel of Israel, Chai, alive. Like the people of Israel are still alive. Like I am still alive. Even though people try to kill me for generations and generations, I and my ancestors and the people that will be after me, we will all still be alive. uh we will
Yeah.
like
I
yeah,
always
that's the
wondered because the last word the khai they write khai chai, and the word chai in Hindi means tea.
I mean, yeah, it means chai.
I literally
I've
sometimes
seen
wondered
someone
what
say
they are
that
writing,
we
why
we
they are writing
stole it
like this.
from them. Someone wrote like a really silly message like the Jews stole the chai from the India, or that's why they say the Am Israel chai, and it was like, no, it's chai, but you cannot
Yeah,
write it in English
yeah,
because you
yeah.
don't have the chet
That's like
sound.
a seriously. That's why I'm
Yeah,
wondering what this word. Last word
yeah,
is literally have a things are awkward. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So
thank you
thanks
so
for
much
talking
for
with me.
joining. Of course, of
Wish you a
course.
great day. Okay.
Oh,
Goodbye. Thank you.
thank you. That was so nice of you. I really appreciate all of you guys that are coming here and talking. Like I said, people who want to join, click the link. I don't know where the chat is. Click on the link above the chat, and you will be able to join. If there is a none like a pro Hamas person, a Muslim person in here, you guys are more than welcome to stop talking in the chat and actually join the box and have a conversation. Okay, next person, Arjun. I don't know how to say your name. Are you here?
Yes, I can
Hello.
hear you. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. How are you doing?
I'm fine. This is the fourth time I join you.
Your voice sounds familiar. I need to see the face. I'm sorry,
You
but
are
yeah,
you are very
let's
you are
do it.
very
What's up?
smart.
How you doing?
You are very smart.
Ha, dude, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh wow, this is like, guys. Seriously, this is you used to be a teacher, right? Something like this.
Yes, yes.
Guys, you need a teacher like him in your school, in your educational system. Seriously, how you doing, sir?
Last 3 years, I'm continuously dealing with the Israeli people, those who are working here for different
That's
companies.
great.
And I recall your in the first meeting, the first session when I was joining you, you
Mm-hmm.
told me about the phrase of your president Shimon Peres that the country without history has no future.
That is correct.
I still remember each and every word what we have discussed in that. Because online, this kind of online session is for me it's not an entertainment. I have
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot from all these things, whatever the people are discussing here. And history is basically what we have learned. If any country and society is not learned anything from history, then they will continue facing problems, troubles, pain in their present, and they will put their future in danger.
Mm-hmm.
So we should learn something from our history.
That is true.
India should learn whatever the problem, difficulty, challenges, hurdles Israel is facing and faced earlier in the past. And
Mm-hmm.
similarly, Israel should also learn the lesson from Indian history. What the problem we are facing because we haven't took proper step in past. One thing I want to tell you that Israel is developing a lot of weapons, advanced weapons. They are very good, but in one front they are lacking. That is the propaganda. Your enemies are far ahead in propaganda. Like 7 October when Hamas attack on Israel.
Yeah, I
No
agree.
human rights, no human rights, no peoples come and protect Israel or condemn that attack. But
Mm-hmm.
when Israel hit back, all this human rights violation, all eyes on Gaza, they are propaganda video. And India is also facing this problem. We are lacking in this propaganda.
That's good thing that you said that. Let me just show you guys real quick something. The all eyes on Gaza, right? First of all eyes on Rafah, all eyes on Gaza. There was this picture, all eyes on Rafah. Do you remember? I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you remember this? That image? I'm sure all of you saw it. I have a question to all of you. Can all of you just really quick search on Google Earth and see? Because I want to know what are the mountains in the background. Because last time I checked, this is a really flat area. Not because the IDF. It's just because the how the ground is there, and there is no mountains in the background. It's just it was always interesting to me, like the whole like all eyes on Rafa. There's a mountain there. I'm just like, if your eyes were actually on Rafa, um can you just like see that there's no mountain? It just all the humanitarian and everything, I think this was really good that it's happened. It's gonna sound crazy, but I'm really happy um were able to see that all of those organizations, for example the Red Cross that I made a video about, how fake they are, and how, like, how one-sided they are, and how they are finally saying the truth about what they believe in, because they're not helping innocent civilians, because there's like so many people were hurt in October 7 and after that and even before that, and no one cares about that. Everyone always cares about the biggest group who has the biggest lie, which is fake Palestinians, um, crying about them being, crying about them being suffering while receiving so many donations from all over the world, which is insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah, so we need an international news channels like Al Jazeera.
Yes, this very objective news channel. What about it? Yeah, sorry.
We need one news channel like this who can equally counter their propaganda.
I am actually against that idea because I think this Al Jazeera is extremely one sided, but they're trying to act like they are not. And I don't like fakeness. So,
It's also a front. It is also a front
yeah,
because they have a huge access. They can access a huge amount of people. If you
that's true.
miss, if you miss that, then they will occupy their mind.
Yeah, but
And
the another
and
thing
if
really
you
important
keep
just to
killing,
clarify.
if you
Yeah,
kill, if you kill terrorists, I think in this stream, one person has told you that how can you counter, how can you fight with an ideology? You keep killing terrorists, they will keep producing terrorists.
that is true, but I am really not going to kill every single person just because one of them will be a terrorist. But what you said about Al Jazeera, I think it's very important to remember that Al Jazeera, the extremely one sided opinion news place, had an actual, like, one of them is a reporter in Gaza, and actually uh, the words in English. Um, Noor Gamani, a woman who was kidnapped to the Gaza Strip, was actually at his home. Was held hostage at his home. Innocent civilian who's also a reporter to on Al Jazeera. So, like, we need to just be a little careful when we look at Al Jazeera and thinking, oh, those the good guys, because they are actively a part of the problem in my eyes. Maybe people,
Fine,
the
fine,
hateful people, are like supporting the
fine,
kidnapping of
fine.
people.
See, all these are fronts.
Mm-hmm.
I talked with few Hamas supporters, and
Yeah.
they told me that how many people you are going to kill because you cannot fight ideology with weapon. We need some ideological fighting also in social media that somewhere because I recall you 7th October when Hamas attack on Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Many peoples, even they are huge in crowd, huge in quantity, they defend that because Israel has occupied their land, it is their birthright to fight because they are fighting for their homeland.
Right.
And
From the 7th century, when they occupied the Middle East and North
yes,
Africa,
yes,
which,
yes,
by the way, I am 100%. Yeah, let's liberate North Africa also.
yeah.
Let's find the
So
girls from Boko Haram. That's
yes,
also a problem.
yes, yes. So whatever counter you are giving here, we need a big platform so we can access and we can restrict other people, those who are going to join this stream because of this misinformation. And these people have they have large user base like Al Jazeera, and there are many other news channels. Like when you can check that when Hamas attack on Israel, um, uh, there are huge peoples in the social media. They are telling that
Mm-hmm.
because Israel has invaded their country, they are fighting for freedom. They are freedom fighters. But actually, what is the history? Very people know about that. So as I begin my conversation with you, that past is a experience, present is
Mm-hmm.
a experiment, and future is expectations. So use your experience in
Right.
your
I'm sorry. I've
experiment.
just seen a comments that I need to address in here. Let's just have this a little bit. Yeah. Just for a little bit, I want this to be here. Continue talking. I think it's very important. Yeah.
So. because the day when Israel invade the land is invaded by Hamas, we peoples are very worried about our country. The amount
Mm-hmm.
of advanced weapons Israel is having, but still the border is not secure. So whether it is technology failure, strategy failure, and what was that? So we are very deeply concerned about that because we are also facing the same problem from different borders. So we have done a lot of research work on this, that why this that things had happened, what was the fault. So as I told you that we should learn, if something happened in India like Mumbai terror attack 26/11,
Yeah.
Israel definitely learn a lot from that,
Yeah.
and definitely India should learn what Israel were facing at 7 October 2023.
I'll tell you the truth right now. There is an investigation to see what were the failures and stuff like this. However, right now we are all researchers. If I cannot speak English. I'm sorry. Everyone learn Hebrew, please. Um, Everything we're doing right now, all of our I'm gonna talk like a toddler, like a little child, because I cannot with English. I'm sorry. Everything that Israel is trying to achieve right now is to bring back the hostages. After this, we will investigate everything, try to understand what happened, everything. Right now, human lives are more important. It's gonna sound terrible. I again, and I'm saying this as a person who lost friends at the Nova Music Festival, lost members of my family. I lost people right now in Judaism. We are respecting uh in Judaism a person who is alive is more important than the person who died. Right now the most important thing is to bring back the hostages. After that we will focus on what happened to us, like what is the trauma, and we're going to try to heal from this trauma and learn from our mistake. But right now the hostages are the most important thing. Everything else is later, like on the back burner.
So when people talk about ceasefire, they
Mm-hmm.
never speak about the hostages. They simply told that Israel should stop. Israel should hold the war, but
Sure. Israel always
asked.
say
They
we
never
will have a
they never asked
ceasefire if you bring
Hamas to
us our
release
people.
the hostages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is another really interesting thing. So every time people are acting like the what happened to the people of Hamas and the people of that area, like people act like their life doesn't matter, blah blah. But for every one Israeli person that they kidnapped, they're demanding more than 100 terrorists who are being in jail, in Israeli jail right now, after they have been put to trial and have proofs that they committed terror attacks against civilians. So um, every one Israeli person, and I'm specifically saying Israelis because I need to remind you that on October 7th they did not check who's a Jewish person and who's a Muslim, who's a Druze. They didn't care. They had Bedouin, they had Arab Muslim Bedouin people that they kidnapped. They kidnapped a woman who, like a woman, she was like I think 16, like a child that was having hijab. Like you cannot like see a woman with hijab and say, "Oh, she's Jewish." You clearly like you can be a little racist and say, "Oh, she looks like a Muslim. I am a Muslim. How about I will not kidnap and do terrible things to her?" But they did it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Um, the thing is that they're acting like one of us equal a lot of them, and the ceasefire, that's why they're demanding the ceasefire, like and that's how they're demanding like truth. We will bring you like one Israeli person, you will bring us 100 of our people. Israel is not willing to do that because of the simple fact that like every person, so there was a soldier that was kidnapped a long time ago, his name is Gilad Shalit, and when Israel managed to bring him back, Israel actually released a lot of terrorists back to their areas, and those people are actually the ones who in charge right now on the entire October 7 operation. They didn't change their life, they still went back to do active terrorism against non-Muslims, because again it's not just about Jewish people, it's always against every single person who's not the right type of Muslim also. Um, so Israelis say no to this based on history, because like we talked about, history and contact is extremely important. Also, we're not gonna stop fighting. I'm sorry. Did they stop fighting? Like these? Did they stop the fight? Did they stop the war? No. So why would I?
Even see, even for defense forces, sometimes it is
Mhm.
very difficult for them to kill intentionally women and children. But
Mhm.
our enemy, they can put their children and their females, their women also in front of the soldier,
Mhm.
and behind their children and their women, they can protect themselves. What they are doing in Gaza, and like in Jammu and Kashmir, in Pakistan, and unfortunately the Bangladesh border is also. Uh, I'm not sure about it, but if the situation of Bangladesh is not improved, we may face another terrorist infiltration from Bangladesh border also. So
I
as
hope
an
everything
Indian,
will go
mhm,
back to like normal there.
I'm worried about because I'm learning from Israel what Israel is faced earlier, what Israel is facing now, because
Mhm.
Israel is under attack. I think last 1,000 years or more
Yeah.
than 1,000 years, Israel under attack. And similarly, India is also under attack last 1,500 or 2,000 years. So again, those people, those who are not learned from their history, the history continue repeat and trying to teach the lesson until
Mhm.
you learn that lesson. And
100%.
normally when terrorist attack is happen, countries
Mhm.
are more concerned about this problem. But when everything has under control in normality, normally people are less concerned about these problems. That because the defense forces has to be successful every time, but terrorist needs only once.
Yeah.
So, like every individual has to be worried about that. We cannot wait when terrorists attack, kill the people, then start reacting. It's
That
not
is
work.
true.
It's not work because, uh, like as I told you, that Hamas supporter told me that how many people we are going to kill.
Mhm.
You cannot kill all in all girls, and we need to success only once. We need to penetrate your defense forces. And he openly told me that even if we penetrate Israeli defense system, so we can penetrate any defense system. So you cannot fight us with only defense weapon or more advanced
Mhm.
weapon. No matter how much artificial intelligence you are using in your defense system, the day we are having nuclear weapon, Israel will be the first country and India will be the second country.
Fun times we're living in, right?
So we are in deep concern. I think you can, that's all for me. I'm not talking
I
much.
no. I think first of all, I think the main things we need to take from both of us conversation, like what you said about this world is being more and more extreme and bad things are happening. Um, I think it's also part of like Hinduism and what Judaism believes. Like we're part of, I'm going to simplify it. We're a part of the light. Our job on this world, on this earth, is to promote positive things, to make this world, every single person, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, skin color, faith, it doesn't matter. Everyone should feel protective. Everyone, I know it's just like, a lovey dovey dream, but I do believe in the fact that every single person need to see how he can improve this world, because we were brought here for a reason. Even though we don't know what was the reason, we need to always try to improve ourselves and improve this world for other people. There are people, they are a part of a different ideology, which is to force everyone to be like them, and if people are not like them, they should make sure those people are unalived. Personally, I believe Judaism and Hinduism are not supportive of this ideology, And therefore it doesn't matter that our how different our religions are, we need to join forces and be a part of the light. And that's why I'm always telling people, like in here and in IG, like if you can just, I know it's really late for you guys, but if you can tomorrow try to make one person smile, or just compliment someone, like you see your friend, compliment them on what they're wearing, just try to make small happy things in this world that are usually like, okay, imagine like this: when you compliment the person and they're smiling, genuine smile, just imagine a halo of like light, like a ring of light, like spreading through them. I know it's going to sound a little hippie. I know you're more like a serious person, but just give me a minute. I see your face, sir. I'm just saying that, like, try to make every person have a little bit more positive, a little bit better day than what he had. And slowly, slowly, we will be able to, even if the darkness will grow, we will be, we will be able to make sure this world is not 100% lost. There is darkness in this world. I'm not saying it's like radical Islam, but there is a big darkness in this world, and every single one of us should fight against it. Um, I'm always trying to teach you guys Hebrew. So there is a chant in Hebrew. It says, "Banu choshech legaresh, beyadenu or ve'esh, kol echad hu or katan, vekulanu or etan," which means, um, we came here to make sure the darkness will be destroyed, or like be erased. Every one of us is a small flame. Um, every one of us is a small flame, but together we are one big fire that is chasing the darkness away. And I am 100%, first of all, I really like this song. It's more like children's song, but I absolutely love it. And I am 100% like agreeing to it. I know it's became like a really hippie thing, but like I said, that's the main thing we need to be focusing on, like being aware of what's happening. Like, don't be naive, absolutely not. What you said, everyone should learn from what happened in October 7. Everyone need to learn what happened in the 26th of November, if I remember correctly. Was that the date? Okay. We need to learn what happened. We cannot be naive about it, but we cannot live in fear and force ourselves to always be, you know, on the lookout and like hateful and blah blah. We always need to remind ourselves that even though there are hateful people, we're not them. We will fight them if they're coming to attack us. That's part of being in the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force. But we're not just gonna, because people say, like, why can't you just kill everyone? That's not being part of the light. That's being part of the darkness. That's being part of the problem. There is a reason why God put whatever God you believe in. There is a reason why those people, every person, is on this earth. So we all need to just respect that and see how we can. Yeah, I'm done being hippie. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. In last, what is the meaning of chutzpah? It's, I think it's a Hebrew word. Sorry if I'm
No,
improperly
no,
pronounced.
chutzpah.
What's chutzpah?
How do I explain chutzpah? It's like attitude, but like in a smirky way, like attitude, but like, you know, if they're going to be like a person who's going to be extremely obnoxious in here and like be disrespectful, that's when my I call it my Middle Eastern will shine through. But that's like my chutzpah. Like, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna say what I want, and like attitude. I think that's the best translation. I'm not sure.
That
Sorry.
is one of my friend told me. He is working in India earlier. Now he's in Israel. He told me about
Mm-hmm.
that. We have for this chutzpah. I asked a question, that a long question, and he
Yeah.
responded in only one word.
Chutzpah.
Yes.
That's great. I kind of like it. Yeah.
I searched about that word, that different meaning, but yes, you told me that. And basically, people think about what is attitude. They thought that attitude is a body posture, but actually, it's a state of mind.
I mean, yeah, it could be like, yeah, I can
State of
have
mind.
chutzpah a lot of times, but you see, I am respectful. Like, trying to be very respectful in here. I don't use,
Extreme confidence. Extreme confidence. Not
yeah, but not
overconfidence.
in like not in like a shitty way. It's just like that's the
Yes.
person. It's just,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. So today is what we conclude. Like every session I deal with you, I learn something. Um, I remember each and every word what we have discussed in all four, and I am happy that at least you memorize me.
Of course, of course. First of all, I'm gonna say to you and to a lot of people in the chat that I recognize. I'm so happy I recognize usernames. um I love the fact that, like, I always talk about this. I don't want this to be welcome to that one Israeli girl. This, I'm trying to build a community of people from all over the world that will just educate educate it one another about one another and slowly develop, because we can see that people who are way more educated, people who are not getting their news from the media but like talking to a person in this, in that like location, are way more compassionate and are way more aware of things. um, that's why I personally learning about India from you guys, and love the fact that you guys suggest me things, and sometimes we have conversations that maybe at the end we don't see eye to eye, but we still really respect each other, which is an amazing thing that I absolutely love. So yeah, I really appreciate all of you that coming by. I really appreciate you for coming back again.
I'm
um,
waiting. I'm waiting this war to be end because after this war, I may travel to Israel.
please let me know. I would love to meet you in the
That is
mitzvah. You
industrial.
are married, correct?
That is yes. That is an industrial
I
visit.
No, I would love to meet both of you. I would love to show you around my city. Don't search for a tour guide in Jerusalem, okay? Think of me when you're thinking about visiting Jerusalem. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to see you in person. Seriously, I think you're an
Jerusalem,
amazing teacher.
Jerusalem, and Haifa. I visit both of
Yeah,
them.
you guys are so obsessed with Haifa. It's just like sometimes makes me laugh, but like, yeah, I can understand that.
Haifa. All
Yeah.
right. See you.
Thank you so much for joining. And guys, if you don't know, this is our teacher on this app that we 100% respect. I'm gonna bring one by one. I'm sorry, people that is taking the time. Rabbi, are you? Can I uh, add you to this? Do this wave if you're okay with me adding you to the conversation. I don't know if he's here, so wait. Let's see. Okay, let's bring Rabbi. One, two, three. Hold on. Here. Is he here? Good. Just unmute yourself, sir.
Good morning, good day, shalom.
Shalom. How are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, you're stuck. I can hear your voice, but the image is
You see
stuck. But
me?
that's okay. No, I actually cannot.
Sorry, I have.
You're lagging, but we can hear you, and that's the most important thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I had service here. I'm in New York.
Oh, don't worry. I live in Jerusalem. It's also a third world country, internet wise, so it's all good.
You're in the land. I envy you.
Hey, you can always come here. I'm always telling everyone, you want to see Israel? Come.
Can you hear me?
I can. Well, like I said, you're lagging, so maybe turn off the
Okay.
camera and
So I
then we'll
wanted
be
to
able
get
to
this
see
straight
you
out really
better.
quick.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
This story out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So I went to. All right. October 7th happened.
Mhm.
Prior to that, I was ministering. Yeshua
Oh,
Samson is my
sir,
name.
you're lagging.
Oh my goodness.
Can you maybe okay, let me look at me. I'm an IT person. I'm not an IT person. Maybe can you go next to the router? So many people are proud of me right now that I knew how to say it.
I don't have a router. I have Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I'm
Is that
sorry.
better?
It is,
Close to
but
the screen.
maybe just turn off your
Is that better?
camera and then we'll be able to hear you, but I'm not sure. Just continue talking. It's all good.
Okay. So October 7th happened. That
Yeah.
really devastated me. I had a friend. I had met her when I was in Seattle, Washington.
Mhm.
And the Lord had been revealing prophetic messages to me. You know, I'm African American, obviously. And we who we are, who are these children of Israel, who is Judah, where are these 12 tribes, where are they?
Mhm.
So the Lord Hashem has been revealing us who we are, who we are as a people.
Oh, he got disconnected. That sounds so interesting. Well, you know what, sir? How about you try to fix it, and I'll bring you back. Okay. We'll go back to the another person until he will be able to join again. Oh, maybe he's here. Let's try. No, it's not letting me. I'm sorry. Okay, we're just gonna move on. Let's try one last time. Maybe now it will work.
Try again. Am I there? Am I back?
Yeah, you are here. And you left. Okay, I'm sorry. We're just gonna move on, try to fix it, and then I'll let you join again. Like no problem. Let's bring the other person who was joined after you. Harishit, are you
Hi,
here?
am I audible?
Yes, you are. Hello.
Hi. First of all,
What is the
I'm
image
really
that you have? What am I looking at? I need an
welcome to
explanation,
the
sir.
welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. It's it's
Okay,
a communist
I thought you were
Vietnam.
gonna tell me welcome to the internet. I'm just like, ugh, never mind. You guys are just all crazy. Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. So not going into the specifics, but I just wanted to know whether you live in the northern part of the Israel or the southern
I
part.
live in Jerusalem, Israel.
Oh, so
Hmm.
uh,
What about you?
currently I'm a North Indian as well. Like Jerusalem is considered in a part of northern Israel, if I'm not wrong.
See, you say north. I gave you a city, sir. Please, at least give a
Yeah.
state. Come on, this is not an interview. This is a conversation.
Okay, so I live in Haryana.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I wanted to ask that because I keep on hearing about the news of Lebanon, the border with Lebanon being super active, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, Hezbollah firing missiles every now and then.
Yeah.
So, is the situation still like all active and bombs? Miss?
First of all, it's not like they're firing every night and every now and then. They are firing. Period. Yeah, the border is still a major problem. There's a lot of people who are refugees who has to escape uh places in the north because their homes got like destroyed because of the rockets and everything. And we wish, it's gonna end soon. Also, the people of Lebanon wish they were end soon. I have a friend who was actually stuck in Lebanon because all flight were canceled and they just couldn't come home. So that was also a very scary situation to also the Lebanese people. I don't know if you guys know what Lebanon, like how Lebanon look. Lebanon is a really small country that is surrounded with Syria and underneath Israel. So they have like they're having the backlash of like the Syria civilian war, and now they're having on the other side thanks to Hezbollah and basically thanks to Iran.
Yeah, Lebanon used to be a very great country in the Middle East, if I'm not wrong, before they let in a whole lot of refugees in. It used to be a Christian majority nation, and
That is true.
Beirut was like called the Paris of Middle East, if I'm not wrong.
That is
So
true. Even though, to be real, Paris is not that great. However, yeah, that's why
yeah,
it's called. Yeah.
yeah, the Olympics showed how great
Hmm.
Paris is now.
I mean, it's kind of look the same now based on the population, but yeah. So what made you be more interested about like Lebanon? What's the reason you're asking about it?
Because I was looking into the history of Lebanon and how
Mhm.
it got into this kind of civil war state and how this Hezbollah thing came along. So it reminded me a lot uh, that those people took in the refugees that just messed up their demography, and then a lot of their own population that they considered their own just turned
Mhm.
against them. So that reminded me a lot of what Kashmir went through in like when they started taking the refugees from Afghanistan, the Muslim refugees, the Sufis, because
Yeah.
the Sufis were also persecuted. I'm talking about like 800 years ago.
Mhm.
So the Sufis were persecuted by Muslims because they didn't consider them like the traditional Muslims, the Shias, the Sunnis, those kind of people.
Yes.
The Sufis were persecuted by them because they didn't consider them Muslims like every other sect of Islam doesn't consider the other sect as Muslim. So
Mhm.
they were persecuting them. So they went on a run, and Kashmir, that time it was a Hindu majority region. The king gave them refuge, and then we all know what happened
And then we
with
saw
that.
the files of Kashmir. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, kind of, because actually, just like the Jews, the Kashmiri Pandits also went through multiple waves of exodus. They
That's right.
say
Yeah.
this was their seventh exodus in 1990.
Mhm.
So yeah, it started with that. So the other thing I wanted to ask you about was this rise of anti-Semitism in basically the entire globe. And
Mhm.
as a North Indian, I have seen that rise in India as well,
Yeah.
inside a very small circle that I am a part of. I used to be a part. I mean, I am a part of, like, not the anti-Semitic one, but
Yeah.
there is this circle of right wing Indians, Hindus. You don't
Right
find.
in your own country or out like outside? Explain to me because like I am also I can identify as a
Okay,
right wing in my country, but like I am
yeah,
trying to understand what you're talking about.
okay. So
Just don't be general. Talk to me like I'm 5 year
okay,
old
okay,
and
okay,
explain to me your way of thought.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So you know what happened was during this COVID pandemic, Indians became really interested in geopolitics and history, right?
Yeah,
So
everyone was
a lot of
home. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of Indians started reading about their ancient history or watching this podcasts and videos,
Mhm.
and a small section of right-wing Indians became like zealous Vedic supremacist kind of thing, right? So, and as genetics show that northern India is the most has the highest concentration of R1B genetics. So that is
Okay.
the quote unquote RN genetic that the uh, that the people in Europe used to say that they were Aryans. So that was the
Yeah,
strain of
I heard that theory. What
yeah,
does
yeah.
it has to do with your modern day now?
Has, yeah. So what happened was that this fringe element in the Hindu right wing started
Mhm.
becoming this, getting into this Aryan, the whole Aryan thing, and they that led them into this whole Nazi sphere of internet, right? And then the Indo-European culture and all that
Define
stuff.
Nazi. Define Nazi
Okay,
to you.
Nazi. I'm not talking about just any random person that I hate. I mean
That's
literal
fine. That's
Nazi, Hitler and Nuremberg, all that stuff. I'm talking about real Nazis.
well, to be real, Gandhi did send a really pleasant
Yeah,
letter
yeah,
to Hitler. However, I don't think you guys understand. I don't know what your skin color is, sir, but I don't think you understand. You're not gonna be one of the
yeah,
leader of the darkness. There, you're
yeah, 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 yeah,
also
yeah.
like they will look at you the same way they will look at other people who are
Yeah,
not like
I
that.
know that.
But yeah.
I know that. But a lot of Indian right wing, especially because in North India, especially if you go north of Haryana, there
So
are
I'm
a lot of
confused. You
like
guys are trying to become like Nazi now? That's the thing?
it's not something very popular. I'm just saying it's a fringe group in India uh, that started appearing more and more in my feed
Are you a part of
after
it?
this. I, of course, I'm
It's
not a
okay
part
if
of
you
it.
are. Ah, damn it.
Of
I would
course,
like to speak to someone who is. But okay.
yeah. So I was trying to tell you that this group of people
Mm-hmm.
uh, is also apparently a big fan of Iran
What a shocker.
because yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Iranian culture is very similar, was very similar to the Indian culture pre-Islamic conquest of Iran,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even after now it is an Islamic country, so even though they know this, these people support Iran in this Iran-Israel stuff.
Okay. Are
So
the Hindu, are the Indians that are considered to be Nazi? What is their religion?
okay, so I
Majority.
mean,
What's the majority religion of those people?
I guess they are Hindus who
Okay, so
believe
they're going
that,
to die. So basically, they're going
yeah,
to
yeah,
die. They
yeah,
support
they
an
are going to die.
ideology that is telling it doesn't matter if you support me. You're non-Muslim. You need to be you need to die
I
in order to
mean,
make
they
this world
don't,
clean.
yeah, yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, they think that Iran is going through an internal revolution and the mullahs will be overthrown
So
pretty
basically, they
soon.
are suffering from Stockholm syndrome in the most pathetic way.
I mean, they think that mullahs will be overthrown and the Iranian people will return to their Zoroastrian roots.
First of all, I am 100% think Iran is a kidnapped nation, and I am 100% wanting the flag of Iran to bring back the lion again, and I want all the people there to go back and be able to go back. I want women to be able to have the same hairstyle that I want, that I have, or whatever they choose to have. I want every man there to not be fear that someone gonna rat him out and then he's gonna be killed. However, I do understand that right now this world is going to be under the Islamic Empire, but it is
Yeah,
stupid to
mm,
be part of a problem and not part of a
yeah.
solution. That's just being.
I was just giving an example, and I just wanted to ask you that this is a rising trend around the world. That even like before, it used to be the liberals, the left wing, who used to attack Israel. Now we
Hmm.
see in US also the right wing is the alt right. I mean the ultra right wing people like Candace Owens. Uh,
How
you
sad
know
is
Candace
this
Owens?
that you need to find a person or an idea, like something to hate, in order to feel a part of something?
Yeah.
It's really
So
sad. Like, I am so
so
blessed that I have a family, I have friends, I have day jobs, so I don't need to say today I'm gonna hate on a bunch of people from Congo because they are from Congo. Like, just like why can't you guys just pick up in like a music instrument and get a freaking hobby? Like, why is it
so
difficult for you?
So this, how do you think that the Jews in US and around the world are going to deal with this re-emergence of this right-wing hate of the Jews? Because
Honestly, I
for
don't know
a,
because I'm not there. I have no idea. If you ask, you can ask me about Israel because I don't want to give you like, I can tell you what I think, but this will not be an educated guess. I think if Rabbi will return, he's from what's it called, New York, so he will be
yeah, yeah.
able to maybe give you a better answer. And I would love to join him for this conversation. If you're here, Rabbi, please join. Um, but if not, I'm sorry, sir. I am not. I don't have the information, and I'm not gonna fake information for this conversation.
Okay, so and so are you following the Iranian response or the response that they
Yeah.
want to give
Yeah, they're
situation?
playing the be patient terror on us. I'm getting bored of it. I'm just like um but last time they sent, okay, for example, last time they sent more than 300 missiles to Israel. They lit up Israel skies. We, me and my friend, were not able to run to the shelter at times, so we were just hiding in our home next to a concrete wall, the only concrete wall that we have here in my home, that if someone just gonna sneeze in, this entire house gonna collapse. But like, that's an old building. So we saw what they can do from there. It was really funny because they said, we sent the missile, we're gonna destroy you in 9 hours when the missile gonna arrive to Israel. And we're all like, 9 hours, like, I went to sleep. I went to like to on a trip with my friends, and then I ate, and then I slept, and then I woke up, and then the missiles arrived to Israel. So if they're going to be that, like if they're going to do that, I am not that scared. However, I think that I don't think that they will do this again, because that was extremely pathetic and everyone made fun of them for that. I think they're just gonna do something that will bring Hezbollah and Hamas more power, and therefore they will be able to do um, much more terrible things. Now, I will join this conversation, Rabbi, because you asked the question. I don't know why I am big. I'm sorry for that. I cannot. How can I change it? I don't know how to change it. I'm sorry. Anyway, um, oh, Rabbi fall again. Let's try to see. So Rabbi is from New York. So this conversation will be between two of you, and I'm sorry you guys are in small boxes. I have no idea how to change it.
What happened, Harshit? What did you want to know, beloved?
Okay, so I just wanted to ask you that in recent times we have seen that there is a rise or re-emergence of hate towards Jews by the ultra right-wing circles of the world, in US and in Europe also. So how do you think that the Jews will deal with it? Because for the last 50, 60 odd years, there was hate against Jews and Israel by the ultra left wing and the left liberal cabal of the world. But how do you think that this reemergence of ultra right wing will affect the Jews?
You know, I don't care about right wing or left wing, honestly, because Hashem, our God, has a plan for us all. So the right wing and left wing, they can think that they have all the answers. They can try to intervene and stop what Hashem is doing, what our God is doing. But it's already been written. What was going to happen? It has already been written that these things must come to pass. So we as people, that's not even our concern. We as people, we need to unite. We need to have these conversations. We need to come together as a people. Like the sister said, we all have to come together, forget this government,
Yeah,
forget
man.
all of this, because they're the ones that's causing this division between the children of Israel and the Gentiles. So once and we have a right to do this. The government of the Constitution was set up where we have a right to abolish a government or alter it. So right now it's being altered. Everything is being altered. Everything is being shaken up. So all of these what ifs and what do you think, it doesn't even matter, because these things must come to pass, beloved. And we as a people, we have to come together. We have to say, forget this government, forget what the world is telling us, forget what these people are, the principalities and the powers and the rulers of the darkness of these ages are forcing on us. If God is using us to talk to each other, if you're in India, I'm in New York, the sisters in Jerusalem, we have people from all over the world now. There's no excuse. We can come together on this cloud. So there's no
Yeah,
excuse for the division. There's no excuse
yeah, man. I
because now we can
totally
talk.
get
We
you,
can have
but
these
I
conversations.
totally Yeah, man, I totally
Mhm.
understand your feelings, but on a more, I was asking like on a more practical grounds, like because in US you see people like Kanye West and Candace Owens spew anti-Semitic hatred publicly, openly,
Okay, because
with
what Candace Owens and Kanye West, everybody is coming into this knowledge, this new knowledge. We're all coming into these revelations, and it's coming all at once. So we haven't even sat down to process it. This new information, this truth that's coming to us. When they say the truth will set you free, this is the truth that's setting us all free. Because we've been lied to, we've been deceived, we've been divided and conquered for generations. So this is new. So you're gonna have things that are gonna come out misconstrued. Because when one person, when have you ever done that test when you tell the first person in class a secret and then they whisper it and they tell it to the person behind them, and by the time it gets to the last person in class, the whole story's changed. So that's what's happening. So there, and It's gonna take time. We're upset. Kanye West, Candace Owens. You have to understand slavery. We're upset. We don't know who we are. We've been lied to. We told we were Muslims. We were told we were Buddhists. We were told we're Christians. Now we're finding out we're Jews, and we're not where we're supposed to be. So we're trying to get back to where we're supposed to be. Judah and Israel, we have to come together. We have to come together. If we are the children of Israel, then the children of Israel have to come together. All of us, all the 12 tribes, from Judah to
Yeah,
Benjamin.
but I think
And
this
then
is
once the
more of
world,
an
the
inside
nations like India sees us,
conversation.
correct. It is.
This is like a
It's a
family
big conversation.
conversation. Sorry, people who are not part of the 12 tribes. However, I think like this is a very important conversation to have. Two things that I want to say, just because you said Kanye West, we always need to remember that Kanye West is a person who's suffering from a mental illness,
Yes,
and therefore to hold him accountable of things he's saying, he's like, I understand he's doing a lot of harm, and I 100% think it's terrible, but
he
we're
is.
talking about a sick person
Yeah,
who is having an episode of his
yeah,
illness, and instead of like saying you sick, you need to get help, people like bring him more fame, and fame is this is why I always say this is not a that's one Israeli stream. This is a we're building a community, because the second I will think like
yes, ma'am.
I'm like an internet sensation and everyone are just like following me and loving me, blah blah, that is when I'm a part of the darkness. That is when I will be so obnoxious, and I'm really hoping that every single person will unfollow and stop being a part of this.
Amen.
Also, what you mentioned, Rabbi,
I
about
agree with you,
black people.
sister. I
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
you, sister,
I want
that
to say just
Kanye, yes,
yeah,
that's one thing we have to consider.
yeah, and people, I think, just like he said something crazy and people taking it seriously, but this is just
That
unprecedented
he's got
episode.
mental health issues.
And I wish nothing
Mhm.
but like health to him.
Yeah.
However, another thing you said about black people in America after they've been enslaved and all that, with all due respect, and I have nothing against, I think what happened in the transatlantic American slavery is terrible. I am so happy it's no longer a thing. We need to remember, and this is for everyone in here, I hope everyone is like remembering that um black people being slaves, like the people were slaves all over the world. Black people were not only slaves in America. Black people have been slaves also inside of Africa and outside, and the ethnic group that enslaved the most
Mhm.
the majority of African people through all the
We're
years
Muslim.
were Muslim, but even before that, before Islam was established, were Arabs. So
Arabs. Come
it
on.
was before, still, and during. There are black slaves in Palestine, in Gaza. There is a city called El Abud. For those of you who doesn't speak English,
Uh-huh.
Arabic, I'm sorry, Abud means slave. So they're literally living in a city called the Slaves, and people
Wow.
continue forgetting that fact. Gaza
Yeah.
has black slavery, all of those people. This is why it's really problematic for me to see black people in America and in other places in the world, but especially America, black people who say there are an ancestors of people who were being slaves. They support, they're not aware that they are actively supporting um other people, black people, to be slaves. That's why it's just so shocking to me when I'm seeing black people and gay people and LGBTQ people, all of them. I think people already know that like Muslim people don't respect black, like don't respect gay people, but like you cannot say, oh, I know one person who's a Muslim and who's black, so like this entire community, it's okay to support them. No, you're actively supporting black slavery, and as a black person, I think this is so ignorant and so terrifying, because no black American would want me to treat them as a slave.
No.
So why are they wanting other people to continue being
No, we
slaves?
don't. We are not aware of this. You're the first person that's ever brought this to my attention.
See, this is why it's great. It's like the amount of propaganda. You know what? One good thing about the entire
This is what I'm
Palestinian
saying,
fake
sister. Like,
Palestinian thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're hiding so much things and no one understand, like, so many problems, like honor killing, the killing of LGBTQ people, the killing of like
right.
the enslaving of black people. I understand that some people are against, like some people can say, I don't think like gay people is a good thing, but you need, according to Judaism, you need to hate the sin but love the
The
sinner.
person, yes.
Exactly. So you cannot support the killing of those people, which is still, by the way, actively happening. Gay people are not safe right now just because they're war. They're still being executed in Gaza. Like, okay, after the IDF gonna kill us all, they're gonna send their missiles, blah blah. Now let's kill the gay people that we managed to find out they're gay. Like, I think the world need to educate themselves more. This is why I think it's important for me to do this stream, because you got, and everything I'm
Yeah, this
saying,
is the
by the
truth
way,
that'll
please
set us
Google it
all
and please
free.
fact check everything I'm saying. Google
Yes,
it, fact check, talk to a Palestinian person. They're gonna tell you there's no black slavery. They don't know what they're talking about. Ask them what
this
is the city El
sister.
Abud in Gaza. See
Put
their
that in the
face.
chat. Put it in the chat, beloved.
I don't know how to
I
write.
wanna, I wanna.
I don't know how to write in English. I'm sorry. I will post it in my IG so
I just want
everyone
to
can join
address
my
one
IG.
little thing. I want to address. I want to address. Yeah, because I love to learn. I didn't know this, and I will share it and pass this information along because we need to know this. If that's happening, we need to stand up against that. We don't support any of that. So what I want to address is this: when it comes to slavery, if you think about what was the first worst atrocity that this world really ever uh, committed, that started was the institution of slavery, right?
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
was
from
about to say,
slavery,
if you're gonna say Eve ate the priadat, I will be like, nah. Some people just using it as like a chauvinistic excuse,
first,
but like,
well, I mean, in our time, first it was slavery. I mean, when they took all of the
right?
slaves, and then it was the Holocaust. Wait, hold on, beloved, listen, hear me out, hear me out, hear me
Mm-hmm.
out. The
No, I
foundation of
agree.
what the evils started this world,
Mm-hmm.
slavery. That was the mass evil. The biggest evil was the first one. The second evil, big evil that was committed was the Holocaust in our history that we know of. That in our generation, in our time of our ancestors, of me and you,
Yeah.
slavery and the Holocaust. These two evils that have happened in the world have still yet to be addressed, fully or acknowledged. It's swept under the rug. The
Mm-hmm.
Holocaust has been swept under the rug. We forget. I was just reading a book called From Auschwitz to Jerusalem because I want to know about the Polish that got to Israel. I want to know about the Poland. I want to know what they suffered, what they had to go through. And when I
Mm-hmm.
read the ashes, the camps, and I read what they went through, and then I read our story, it's like we both have so much in common. And we're both Jews, so they enslaved us and they tried to kill the Jews. So that should tell you who is who in this world. And it was always the Arabs. It was always the Arabs. They took over Jerusalem from the Caliphate. All of that. They enslaved us. So that's our commonality. Not to say that Arabs are bad or we hate Muslims or anything like
No,
that.
we're talking historical facts, and with all due
Historical
respect
facts.
to everyone, um, feelings are irrelevant to this conversation because we're talking about history. By the way, Harishit, this is you can also be a part of this. Um, I
I'm
just want to remind all of you that it's never going to just end with us. The second there will not be the people of Israel, people who are full of hate will search another victim. Like, a bully is not only bullying one person. When he's moving
Right.
to a different place and still being a bully mindset, he will bully someone else.
Yeah.
Um, you guys are next. And
In
people are
America.
saying it
Yeah.
to you all the time, in America, in India,
Yeah.
in even in, like,
They're
I don't know.
everywhere here. They're everywhere.
I don't
I'm
have
not
a
okay.
to say
problem with,
like
So
like,
that,
yeah, we
but
just need
uh,
to take care of
I'm
ourselves, every person. But yeah, Harshit, what did
yeah
you say?
I'm yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I
No,
don't know
no,
how
no,
this
good.
this
anyway, I'm gone. I
conversation
love you
just
all, beloved.
digressed.
I'm gonna take off.
Okay, so I was just giving the example of Kanye West and Candace Owens, but there is a systematic rise in, like, let's say, let me take a non-black example in US, like Nick Fuentes. is a ultra right wing person, and in
Mm-hmm.
Western Europe, like in Germany, there is a systematic rise of this party. I am sure you know about it. This AfD, and it's like almost openly a neo-Nazi party, and we see their connections with Nazi sympathizers and all those people, and it is a systematic problem that is rising. And I love the philosophical talk that Rabbi gave, but I don't think that's gonna save an average Jew living in Germany if AfD, let's say, gains a super majority and forms a government.
Well, let's start with the fact that right now people are becoming more nationality wise, like more about their own nationality because they're seeing a threat that is trying to destroy their nationality, their language, their culture, their faith, all of that. So I understand why people from all over the world are either like becoming converting to Islam because the majority of them are just scared and they're like rather go with the people that they think will win this. Hold on, let's change this. I'm sorry, I don't like to be like the big thing here. Let's Okay, this is better. Um, what was I saying? My brain is like all over the place. Okay, so I understand why people are becoming more nationalized when there is a threat. However, there is being nationalized and there is being a Nazi. Um, Nazi is extreme. Nazi is like not that far from being like a Hamas. Like, let's be real. If you need to kill people who are not like with the same ideology as you, I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. Let me just check it. If you have nothing like, if you need to kill people with your who's not supporting your ideology, you are the problem. It's that easy. It's like I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, be Nazi now because it's either this or becoming Muslim. That's not true. I hope you know that. Like, do you not know
I
that?
mean, yeah, I know that
Hold on, it's important. Do you not know that being a Nazi is a problem?
it is. Obviously, I know that.
And not obviously. I mean, there's a lot of like you said, there's a big movement of people who converting to being Nazis. So I think this everything should be addressed. Not just me,
Yeah,
maybe.
there is a huge movement, but if you think that it's not, uh, because I think that the Jewish people of Europe at this point are part of the European culture because they've been living there for 2000
That
years,
is
if I'm not
correct,
wrong.
and therefore, but we need to remember the reason. Remember, Rabbi said that the only reason Rabbi is in America is because he was sold. His ancestors were sold of being stolen and forced to be in America. Every person, like the majority of the people, of the Jewish people that are in Europe, that are in Africa, they're in Asia, even though Israel is an Asian country, like they are people who've been forced by the Roman Empire, by the Mamluk, by the Ottoman Empire, being forced to be sold as slaves to a different places in the world, and then they just like stay there. However, at the end of the day, if you look at their praying book, they are praying to come back home. I understand that they are now a part of the culture because they lived there for centuries, but basically they were just a bunch of slaves that stayed in the same place that enslaved them because they're scared of starting to go back to where they came from and dealing with how different they become, which is okay, which is understandable. But we need to remember because they're not the Jews of Europe, they're the Jews who were forced to be in Europe.
Okay, so
The semantic is
so
important.
you
Like this small things are important. We need to change the vocabulary to understand what's really happening.
so you don't think that the rise of what I say ultra right wing is a problem or an issue for the Jews?
It is, but it's also an issue for you. because your skin color is different than
Uh,
my skin color,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
assume.
yeah. Because, but like Indians are, let's say, have been living in Germany for 2 or 3 generations, right? At max,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there are Jews living in Germany for God knows how many years. So for an Indian, uh, it's they can, if they want, they can move because they don't have
Can I just like
an ancestor.
can I just like stop this conversation for 1 second because I need to address this thing. This is a really retarded thing, and let me explain to you why, Simon. If Jesus used to live in Judea, you are judging it based on modern day. Therefore, if Jesus used to be if Jesus was born in India, but then Pakistan was established on the land of India, Jesus would still be an Indian man in a place who was born in a place who's right now modern day Pakistan. However, he is still an Indian man. Do you understand this, Lee? Do you understand this? Like history is important. It's really like, I'm sorry, those this message is full of ignorant and completely stupid. I just want to clarify it for every single person in here of how really stupid this is. Just a quick reminder, Jesus was born, raised, and died as a Jewish man. Yeah, let's go back to our conversation.
Actually, thank you for saying this, because there are a lot of Pakistanis who claim the Indus Valley civilization, and because there are the majority of the great structures of Indus Valley civilization are in present day Pakistan. So they claim that was a Pakistani civilization apparently.
But for some reason, history doesn't care about your emotion. History are facts, and archaeology memorabilia are not like this is a very Arab Muslim thing to do, to hide and to destroy archaeology memorabilia. Remember how ISIS like put a lot of explosive next to archaeology memorabilia and places like this,
Yeah,
just to make sure people will not see the history. Because if you see the history, you know that I'm full of shit, you know that I'm lying, because you see that things happened before me, and I'm here saying there nothing happened before me. Everything was
yeah.
darkness until I
And
arrived. That's why I'll destroy
Taliban
everything.
Taliban
Yeah.
blew up the Bamiyan Buddhas in Afghanistan,
I
and the
mean, to be fair, I can understand why they did it, because if people will see something happen before them, people will start asking questions. And then maybe people will not 100% worship Taliban. You understand? So it's okay. They can explode whatever. Like, such a foolish concept. I'm just like, I cannot.
yeah,
Sorry. This is when I'm just like, this. This is some childish opinion voiced by you know, people who think that they like people who has get their information from TikTok videos. Let's just call it like that.
okay. So my last question, and
Sure.
I'll finish with this. That uh, do you know like this person in India called J. Sai Deepak?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Tell me
So
a little bit about him, and then I'll see, and then I'll tell you if yes
okay.
or
So
no. Or
he is a Supreme Court lawyer. He's a right wing
why would
personality,
I know him?
not the because he speaks about these stuff like the partition of India and the Islamic conquest of the basically the entire Middle East, and that came to India after conquering Persia. So
Mm-hmm.
he has written 2 books, and so he is one of the most prominent voices in the mainstream writing, not the fringe element that I was talking about in the start.
Do you
So
have IG? Do you have Instagram?
yeah, I used to have one, but I just stopped it.
Oh, okay. So
Stopped
you
using
just
it.
send me like right in after this live stream, write in the comment section his name. Write me that you talked to me, and write me on the comments his name, and maybe if you can link some things, then I will search him up, because I'm sorry, I don't have an opinion on a person I'm not sure I heard his name before, so I'm not gonna be able to give my opinion. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, that's it.
Hmm?
Thank you for doing this live stream, and
Sure, thank you for joining.
yeah,
Okay, take care. We're gonna do a little bit like shorter conversation with people because at the end of the day, a girl needs to eat and a girl needs to sleep, and it's super late where you guys are also. Halish, are you? Halish, are you? Can you join?
Yes, you there.
Hello.
Hello.
I love it
So,
when old
yeah,
people are coming back. Not old people, like people are already like, what's up?
yeah, I'm doing good. What about you?
Surviving, you know. We have a little
So,
thing in
okay,
here.
if like by any means, if you remember this particular live stream, okay, like when I told you that like I was suffering from a disease, okay, so like I told
Your
about it
eyes
every,
thing. You had a
yeah,
cancer
yeah,
in your
yeah, yeah,
eye.
yeah.
I remember.
So,
I'm told you. I remember things.
yeah, so
You're supposed
everything
to live
is,
here.
by God's grace, everything is okay now. So I actually
So I
was,
don't need to pray on your health anymore. I'm really happy. I'm so
thank
happy.
you so
Guys,
much.
seriously,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
So, first of all, extremely happy that you are well. Last time we
Yeah,
spoke, before
yeah,
this, you were supposed to come to Rehovot, like a city in
yeah, yeah,
Israel.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is this still on the table, or are
It
you
is
like,
there. It is actually there. Like I am planning for my PhD in physics from the Weizmann Institute of Science, or maybe the this Technion University. Like it is in Haifa, Israel Institute of Technology.
you guys are obsessed with Haifa? I cannot. Every Indian person I talk to is always Haifa, Haifa, Haifa. Fine, go to Haifa. It's a beautiful place. Yes, let's go.
So, but of course, like the situation is like not that good now. So I'm just
Yeah.
hoping that like the situation stabilizes as soon as possible. So I will be
Mm.
right there. Yeah. So it's still there on my table. On the table, it will be there on the table. Yeah.
You made me very excited right now. Thank you for that. I am so, first of all, the fact that to know that you're well now, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I'm actually tearing up right now. To know that you're healthy, it means a lot. And
Thank you
to
so
know that
much.
you're actually educating yourself, it's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. And the fact that maybe you will come to my city and my
Yeah.
country, I'm sorry,
I
I'm
will.
pushing you towards Jerusalem. I really appreciate it. I absolutely, I'm so happy. I'm really happy.
Thank
Seriously.
you so much. I appreciate this. Like, and not just you, like everybody in the comment section, they were like sending good wishes. So, we say like,
Yes, we're a
yeah,
community. You're part of a
exactly.
community right now, and I
Yeah,
love that. Like I really believe in like if you wish for something, if you pray for something, a lot of people can like affect in some way. Again, me being hippy dippy thing. I'm not saying that because of us everything happened. I'm sure doctors did an amazing part and everything, but I
yeah,
think it's helping for you to know that um people wished you, like people cared, and people still want you to be not just
exactly.
like then, just also now. I wish you will always be
Yeah,
healthy and everything.
same.
There is
Like, I just hope everybody remains healthy and everybody does good. So that's what I always
good.
hope. Now, like I just remembered a quote, like, I read somewhere that tears are prayers too. Like sometimes when we can't speak, they travel and they take our message to the God. So,
It's
like, yeah, it
beautiful.
was kind of a miracle. Of course, like I lost some of my vision after this thing happened. Like it was a cancerous tumor, but luckily I survived. And I always say that, like, I may lost my eye, but I'm never going to lose the vision of my life. So with this, like, I'm just moving forward now.
Well,
I
there's a
believe,
lot of cultures that says, for example, in the Nordic culture,
yeah.
the god Odin actually sacrificed one eye to gain more wisdom. So
Okay.
maybe, I'm not Nordic, but maybe this will also happen to you. You will be wiser. You will be able to see things in a different way. You're gonna see things from a different way than majority of
Yes.
us. So that's a really good thing in a way for like after, dealing with what just happened to you. Um but I'm really happy it stayed in one place and it didn't shift to another places in your body.
Yeah. It
That's
was like all okay.
good.
It's
Good.
So I have been hearing about the ground reality of like Israel. It's not like like just from you. Actually, I do teach physics online, so I have like two guys. Okay, like they're from Israel. So I was teaching them for their like AP exams. Like they are basically preparing for some exams which is there in the United States. So one of my student, he actually lost his grandmother in this attack.
Yeah, I'm
So I like
sorry. That's must be difficult for you to like
uh,
talk to someone like that. Yeah.
I mean, like all of a sudden, actually, to be honest, it bothers me. Like, I just hope the situation normalizes because these two groups, they are actually brilliant. So, yeah, they are actually really good. So, the thing is that, I just hope that everything is going to be normal one day. And, one more thing I just wanted to discuss. Okay, like we all are discussing things like
I'm
this
just
radical.
real quickly, I really love the fact that you talked to another Israeli people and that you were able to hear a lot of different opinion and voices. Absolutely love it. And I
Yeah,
always like encourage all of you to go and like don't just stay here, go investigate, meet more
yeah.
people. I love that you do that and good job for educating other people.
Thank you thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to, mention one incident. Like one of my, like I teach 4 or 5 people, like right now to be precise, 5 of them. So one of my student, okay, like he's from Qatar, and one day just imagine, like he's a 16-year-old guy. All of a sudden, I'm teaching him the lesson of physics, and he asks me that, hey, do you support Israel or you support Palestine? I was like, God damn.
Well,
I was
physics
like,
has nothing to do with it, sir. If
yeah,
you do want to educate yourself or do you want to be, yeah. You don't need to support Israel or Palestine because you are not
yeah, sure.
here and this is not affecting you. You need to support your culture and your and what you've been raised at home. That's what you need to support. I know people are always trying to say, "Do you support this? Do you support that?" You
Yeah.
don't need to provide an answer to every person who asking you a question.
I mean, exactly that's what I told. I told that, okay, that's a different thing. I'm here to teach physics. I have my own opinions on that. And like, I don't feel like sharing these things, to be honest. Like, like, I wondered, like, I think he's like, I still teach him, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
But I think there is something wrong. There is something fundamentally wrong. I mean, how come a 16-year-old is radicalized to such an extent that in the mid of a physics lesson this dude asks me that do I support Israel or Palestine? So yeah, there is like, yeah, Qatar is actually I think it's a very much radicalized place.
It
Like,
is.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
ask him if he is a Muslim, and if he is, what does he think
yeah,
about
he is
a
actually.
non Muslim educating him? Like, we can go back and forth with this, but at the end
Yeah.
of the day, that person needs to take, that's going to sound terrible. If that person doesn't support non Muslim, he just need to
Mhm.
keep his mouth shut and educate
Yeah.
himself with like physics and then just like move on. I mean, I'm not sure because maybe he's gonna build a bomb, so maybe don't teach him stuff. But you know, no, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm
No,
joking.
no, no. Actually, many people told me this, that don't teach him the nuclear physics and all this stuff. Don't do this.
Mm, every you can find all the information online, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
actually.
yeah.
Yes. So, but that's the thing. So that's actually one thing. Okay. So yeah, this one thing I just wanted to talk. So there is something fundamentally wrong, and they are the one who should address it. I mean, even like I'm in the field of science and teaching. So one thing, like these Muslims, they are like 2.5 billion of them, and they have literally 2 Nobel prizes in sciences, in basic sciences. In contrast to the fact, like the Jewish people, they are, I think, around 20 million of them, but they actually have 25% of the Nobel Prize in sciences. So the thing is that, like like every time they play victim card, they should ask themselves, okay, I mean, the reason why Israel won all the battles, like I say from my perspective, is because Israelis think that technology and science are going to save them, whereas these Muslims think, I shouldn't say this, but most of them think that Allah is going to save them.
No, hold
So
on, hold on. We also believe in our God. The difference
exactly,
is we are
Yeah.
actually, like, this is not just like, oh no,
Yes.
they come to kill me. We are actually suffering
Yeah.
with things that they are claiming to be suffering, and they're claiming to be suffering so they will receive more donations and more money and more
Right.
stuff. They're making fun of all of the people. Like, so the Hamas leader are billionaires,
Exactly.
and they're not giving food to their soldiers and stuff. They're just chilling in, like, in different places. Like, people need to remember this. um Israel and Jewish people, the reason why we push our stuff, you know what, I'm not gonna talk about myself because I'm not,
Of
like, I
course.
don't understand physics at all.
Right.
but
Perfectly
the
fine.
reason why Jewish people think
Right.
um they should always educate themselves and always develop more, and also and always, like, protect themselves, is for the simple reason that we are always being under attack. People always try to
Yeah.
eliminate that. We need to do everything we can to survive. One of the things people think that will help that is
Yeah.
if people will see, oh, I did this and this and that, I am important to this world, people will like to preserve me and not kill me. But it's, it's just something that we're doing in order to, this is like a surviving mode. It's not just like a, like, everyone
Right.
can but everyone can, like, if you, I really hope you, if you're gonna educate yourself and you're gonna, I hope you will be a part of, like, the good things that will develop something that will help society. Maybe a
Yes.
Nobel Prize. With all due respect, I don't really care about all those awards and stuff. But maybe it's just because
Yeah.
I'm not that big into this understanding. Ever
Right.
since I saw, like, the Peace Nobel Award, I'm just like, oh, that's like stupid. But
But
yeah. But I hope
again,
you're gonna do great.
yeah. Yeah, but again, actually, the people in Israel, they do understand. Like, there is a famous saying that God help those who try to help themselves.
That
So
is
the
true.
thing is that, yeah, the Israelis people, they always try to help themselves. So, and if you try to help themselves, then God will automatically be on your side. That's what I always believed.
Mm-hmm. That
Okay,
is
and one
very true.
last thing. Okay, like, because I can already see, like, you have been speaking for the like past two and a
I
half
am
hours.
okay. I am talking. Okay. I am talking to my friend right now. That's how I see this conversation. But you do,
Okay,
but it's late there, so you should go to sleep soon because you're the smart one. And if you're gonna stay
no,
up all night, like, I need someone smart who's gonna, that I know. I need someone who's gonna make this world a better place, and I'm not going to be the reason why this person did not failed in life because he was stayed up late.
no,
So
no,
yeah.
that's not. Okay, so anyways, like, there is one serious issue. Okay, like, nothing that complicated. Okay, so what I've seen, that many Indian dudes, okay, they like go to the message section of random women, okay, everywhere, like, from Israel, from any country, and I'm 100% sure your message must be full of these Indian dudes, okay, like this, or send all kind of creepy messages. So the thing is that I want you to tell them, like, actually, I'm actually fed up. I feel so embarrassed. Just tell them that how it feels, like, when somebody, like, sends you a creepy message. So at least if I tell them, they
Sure.
are not going to do anything. Just tell them that how it feels, like how awful it feels. So maybe it will change their mind. And I'm
Okay.
100% sure you must have received some messages like
Let's
that.
start with the fact. I'll be just, like, blunt with
Yeah.
everyone in here. When you guys in general, when you send females pictures of your genitals, I know you think that maybe we're getting turned on by this or something. Every single woman is rolling their eyes. We're so used to being harassed, so this means
Exactly.
nothing, and you're just, like, not important. Also, um to be real, there is a lot of Indians that are doing this just because you're a big population. But don't worry,
Yeah.
there's men all over the world are disgusting
Yeah.
in that way. So
That's
it's
the biggest
okay.
truth.
I do really appreciate you trying to explain to people that this is
Yeah.
really stupid. You're not
Yeah.
gonna get your you're not gonna get a girlfriend out of this. You're not gonna get the
Exactly.
satisfaction of
Yeah.
making a female, like, talk to you. You just, you were just a small interference in that woman life, and she
Yeah.
already forgot it about you the second she looked at the
Right.
message, a minute
Yeah.
after she forgot about you. um But I don't know. Keep going. Maybe one day a female will answer. Maybe. Don't like. But I'm joking. Like, don't do this. Just try to
Exactly.
be. Let's do this. So this is why I'm always telling people that are talking to me in this way. If you feel
Like,
comfortable saying the same things you say to me and sending me the same pictures, sending me the same pictures you will send to your mother, let's
I
go.
mean, yeah,
No problem. If I don't
yeah.
know you and this is the way you choose to speak with me, I want your mother to be in the room, and just like let's have all three of us a conversation. If you feel comfortable sharing images, specific images, go ahead. I'm sure your mother will be proud to see how all grown up you are. But just, not really my thing. Thank you. I much prefer, people who are talking to me about a different subject. But thank you.
So yeah, that's like I really appreciate like you openly stated out this issue, because the thing is that internet is a kind of weapon. Like, I mean, every man today has an access to like millions and millions of women online. So the kind of behavior that they exhibit, okay, in the long
Hmm.
term, I feel like at this point there is not a single woman who has not been abused, like maybe online or maybe in person. Like every woman goes through this. So this is a issue like I genuinely feel like addressing. And yeah, it is
Yeah.
actually it's there in India. And like I heard about it. Okay, please educate me if I am wrong. But there is actually this is also in problem in Israel, because the thing is that in the like, as you know, that any person who is Jewish, he can move to Israel if he wants, right?
Right.
So what's happening there? Actually, there is a problem. Okay, like I was watching an Israeli news channel. So the people, like the Jewish men in the United States who have ever committed like sex related crimes or pedophilia, like sex related crimes or abusing like little children. So they are actually taking a benefit of this system to escape the American judiciary and American legal system, and they
Right,
come to
but to
Israel.
be fair, this is just like a lot of people who are escaping to places like Thailand, like from all over
Right,
the
right,
world,
right.
not just Jewish people. They just like
Exactly.
people who escape to different countries that don't have agreement with that country, that like arresting
Right.
agreement. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
I spoke a lot about. I think it's just the problem of being a woman in this
Exactly.
world. um and I did talk about it, especially about the terrible things that I read and heard that happened in India, because with all the respect, some things in India are absolutely, like, absolutely terrible.
Disgusting.
um at the end of the day, this is something that I believe I'm not saying, I'm not blaming mothers, but I believe every mother should raise her children better, but also every father should, um, make sure his son is not going to do that. And if they are doing that, I feel like they should have a harsher punishment, because that's, again, this is not just like, this is an issue who is happening all over the world, and it's not about, it's not about the culture, it's not about what they were wearing, it's just about having a different parts than you guys.
Exactly.
Understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be more blunt
I
with this.
totally agree.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, one last thing I just want to tell you. Okay, there's just one suggestion. Yeah, actually, you should try to get those lenses. Okay, try, because yeah, I think those lenses will do good on you.
Which
Just try
lenses?
one.
What you have?
Like contact lenses. No, I don't have, but like the contact lenses, I think it will
Oh,
look
I
good on
have.
you.
Listen, I have okay, guys. This is a no longer like an Israeli conversation. This is like, okay. Listen, I
Oh,
bought
that
some.
was just a
I
small
have
suggestion.
lenses. I am terrified of putting it inside my eye. And you know what? The scariest thing, after this, you need to remove it from your eye. Like
Exactly.
I cannot. I can. I'm sorry. I bought it. That was a waste of money. It's
Okay.
collecting dust on the side. I'm terrified. Seriously, I'm terrified of this.
Okay, so that's okay. That sounds funny.
That's a
So,
no for
anyways,
me. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Okay, anyways. So that's all from my side. Have a nice day then. Goodbye.
Oh, well, thank you so much, and Harsh, send me a DM, and I would love to, like, write me on IG. I would love to hear more about your cancer journey, and just like just in general,
For
okay?
sure. Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much for
then may
joining.
God bless you. Welcome.
Yeah, you too, bro. Health. Like guys, again, another person who's going to be who is a teacher and he's adding good to the world. Thank you so much. All the people in my stream that talking all the crap, if you guys click, you guys can click on the link above and join the stream and actually have a conversation, because I know it's super cool to just come and chant some stupid stuff. However, it is very, I guess it's difficult for you guys to have an actual conversation, but I want you to try. So click the link above and then join and we'll have a conversation. You will get to say what you actually think in front of all the people instead of your comments being disappearing in the chat. Look at this, I'm being helpful to you. Arun, you're next. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. And
How
you
are
know me,
you?
right?
Of course,
Yeah.
sir. Sir.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm an engineer from Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the 1 second. Yeah. This is about seventh time I'm talking with you,
Well, I love that
and
you guys are counting. Yeah. What's up?
yeah, and as the previous guy said, I follow an extreme right ideology.
Oh, that's okay.
I
Hold
belong
on.
to an
Let me just remove people who are not who's talking crap but not willing to join the box, like join this stream. Because with all due respect, if you cannot put your if you cannot support your statements, I don't see a reason to give you a platform. But yeah, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
Hmm. Surviving, you know.
Yeah, I follow an extreme right ideology. I belong to a group called RSS, that is um, a Hindu rescue rangers organization. People obviously think it's an extremist group, but it is a
Why would people think this is an
rescue range
extremist
because it's a Hindu defensive organization.
Why
It's
would
a
people
community
think
defense.
it's no, I understand. However, it's okay to be that and explain why other people are against it. I cannot explain to you why people are against Judaism and Jewish people in Israel. Why is some people think your movement is extremist? Give me a real
Uh,
reason. Don't say because it's defending. A real reason, please.
it's used for community defense. For example, if there is a mob which is coming to attack innocent civilians, these people will show a send of force
So basically,
that we,
you're this is a violent movement who is only violent according to what you say when it need to protect, but it is still a violent
no,
movement.
we will not. It says we will not. We are not afraid of your terrorism, and we will not give in to your terrorist ideology.
Who? Me? I'm not a terrorist.
No, no, no,
Who
no,
are you
no, no.
talking about?
I said
See, again, if you guys cannot be 100% real with what you are, then just don't like be real. Just
no.
can you
I'm
please
not
just
saying
tell the truth?
you. Yeah,
No, I
there
know.
are
I'm asking
people.
who are you talking about. If you're real supporting of this ideology, stand behind what you say. Who are you against,
Yeah,
sir?
for like people who are attacking, say Bangladesh. There are about 400,000 Islamist people who are killing Bangladeshi Hindus.
So
Okay,
you are
we
a
are
civilian groups that is trying to fight in their own neighborhood against radical Islam. Is this why am I understanding
we
correctly?
don't fight. We stand in defense. We say we will not attack people. We will not kill people, but we will stand in defense of us and prevent our people from being hurt.
How?
How, for example, if there are about 1,000 people on the street protesting, an Islamist ideology person, a terrorist ideology, they will not attack when there is a huge protesters of 1,000 people on the street, and they will be afraid to attack.
No weapons are in this protest,
No,
right?
no weapons, no weapons,
Okay, got
no
it.
weapons. I don't even know how to use a weapon.
You can throw it really strong, really fast. It's gonna hit
No,
something,
I'm
and
not that strong.
everything
I'm
can be
not
a
that
weapon.
strong.
But okay, sir.
And we support what's that called? Um, Parsi people. They
Who?
are Iranians,
Oh,
yes,
the real
but they
Iranians.
are
Okay,
not
yeah.
present. Yeah,
Parsi.
Parsis
Yeah,
are like Daruwala, Batliwala. They have this tangy surnames. They
yeah,
are
yeah.
Parsis,
Mm-hmm.
and we are in support of them, and they are ultra small minority in India. So
Got it.
um,
So you're
we guys
pretending
are
that you're protecting small minorities, small like groups.
and
Interesting.
any small oppression or persecution of minorities, we we open a rally, like 1,000, 2,000 people get on the streets, and we protest against atrocities.
Okay. Okay, I have
That's
nothing to
and
ask about this. So okay.
we protest what Bangladeshi people are doing. We protest what Kashmiri people. I mean, not the actual Kashmiri who are infiltrated. Kashmiri people are oppressing the real Kashmiris.
Yeah.
I hope you get that right.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the files
Infiltrated
of
people.
Kashmir, I saw all of that. I don't worry. Yeah, I know, I understand.
Yeah, we follow that kind of ideology.
Okay.
I'm a nationalist, and I'm a nationalist and a capitalist, not a communist. It
Okay.
is the other way around.
Yeah, well, that's
And
okay.
we strongly support what Jews are, how Jews are defending their land, and you have our respect and our support. Please continue and free your people first.
To be fair, first of
And
all, thank you. I am not sure I 100% understood what your organization is doing. So I'm not even gonna talk about this. I want to move away from this conversation because I don't have enough information about your movement, and I do not believe all you do is go and holding sign and protesting things. So we're just gonna change the conversation. Do you have a different
sure.
topic?
Yeah. When are you able, when will you end? When will you rescue all the people? It's just a small piece of
We're
land, right?
trying. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
that's
Let me tell you. First of all, it's not that easy, and it's not that small piece of land compared to India, yes, but in general that's not a small piece of land. Um we're trying to make sure that people who will survive, who like the people that they kidnap will come back home while they are alive. We just managed to bring back six corpses of dead Israeli civilians that they found in a tunnel underneath an area, Khan Yunis, if I remember correctly, in a humanitarian area. So my question is, if you know that there are innocent civilians there, even though I don't believe anyone is innocent other than maybe children in Gaza Strip, because they are all aware of what's happening and they support it. Um, what it takes time to make sure innocent people will not be hurt by this, because we're not like radical Islam. We're not going to kill every person who's not like us.
I have seen many videos where a 2-year-old kid says "and thank."
Oh, those old Hollywood stuff. I'm so tired of seeing this. Always remember that those children, someone put them in this situation. I made a video about it. Those children are being used as toys to in this Palestinian propaganda. It is very easy to put, just like how I showed you guys that there is like a distraction, a man sitting in front of his like on the distractions of his home, he's crying, the IDF exploded his home, blah blah. And there's two dolls, like there's fire around him, but there's two dolls
Yeah,
just perfectly on the set. And those dolls are flammable, but they're not like in the fire. For some reason, those dolls survived all the crashing, everything, all the terrible fire there was around. Those dolls survived. Like that's what I'm always saying about like we need to talk and we need to break down what we're seeing frame by frame. There's also in the beginning of the war, they showed pictures of children that they claimed. Where did he go? Oh, he went back. Good. Welcome
oh
back.
yeah,
In the beginning of the war, they used pictures. They showed like a lot of pictures of children, and they said those are Palestinian children. The IDF just killed in Gaza, blah blah blah. Some of those children were actual children, like Jewish children that died in Israel from Hamas explosions like years ago. And also, if you use Google like image search, you will see they use a lot of pictures of Syrian children, a lot of because like they say an Arab is an Arab. The world is racist. No one know what is what is what. The child is not black or not completely white. So we can say it's in the middle. Everyone will believe us, and it's working for them because people see an image of a child and they're saying, "Oh no, the child." Blah blah. So there is the fake images of children. There is. I'm not even talking about the entire AI thing, the fake images of children that they took from all the time. That if you're gonna do Google image search, you will find, and there's already huge like YouTube and like Instagram channels that are debunking all of this, showing the picture of what they said in like the picture of the child that the Gaza posted, but then next to it showed the exact same picture of when it was actually published and what actually was the story of this child and where actually in the world this child is from. So we have this. We also always need to remember that at the end of the day, a child is a child, and the only reason a child will be next to an IDF tank is if someone put him there and then held a camera and said, okay, go. Like, how
yeah.
terrifying
I have
is
seen that. I've seen that.
where are
Yes,
the like why is the world not shouting and saying this is so messed up? A child, like a parent, is it doesn't matter that you raise this child, blah blah. The second you bring your child to an active war zone, and you it's not just that like we were just living here and all of a sudden it happened, because like a tank comes, so of course you're gonna run away, you're not gonna stay there, right? And notice how like no one is having a like everyone let them, they can touch the tank is not going to shoot them. They know that they're not scared of the tank. This is an entertainment for them. Always look up how what is the facial expression of the child, the voices around them, and please 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 always try to find the translation to what they're saying in the background, because they're so they it's not even underestimating. They know that people are not gonna Google search what the things they're saying. So they're actively saying, move it to the left, bring the light there, blah blah blah. But like you
yeah,
hear Arabic, so you say, oh no, the people there are shouting and they're like it's terrible, blah blah, and you don't know they're like giving orders on the set. Always make sure you are aware and ask questions about every video you see from Palestine, the Palestinian area, and from Israel. Always check it. Always ask to see if there's a picture. A person post a picture of like, look at this. This is a member of my family. This child was a part of this child was my cousin and he died in Gaza. Blah blah. Tell them that is absolutely terrible. I am so sorry for you. Can you provide another picture of the same child? And then like see what's happening, because most of the time when you Google search an image and you post it and lie, you don't have an entire profile of these children. Like you don't have that picture of this child in a different environment. because you found a picture on Google, you immediately post it.
This angle, it is the city is totally destroyed. When you take a photo from this angle, the scene is
You,
pretty much
I could
different.
go outside and show you guys exactly things that look like absolutely terrible demolition, and then, like you said, turn around and show you like glory, like rich people places. It's irrelevant, and always ask question, always ask the bigger shot, always ask another picture, and just a quick thing. Because they are posting a lot of pictures of children who are being dead, or like smiling pictures, and then blah blah. Just a quick reminder, a person who has a lot of pictures of children and babies and minors on their computer, with like being injured, but like with revealing clothes, for me that's called a pedophile. And in Israel, if a person is spreading pictures of minors online, that's an actual felony. So always be like considerate of it. If a person is having a lot of pictures of dead children and he's not a part of an organization that's taking care of it, he's just his own spreading the message, that is a major problem, and you should be very scared of that person. No one should have pictures of children that are not a part of his family on his computer. We
Correct.
need to evolve
Correct.
as humans. This is terrifying.
That is correct. And I stand
Yeah.
for children's rights. Yeah. Children needs to be treated as children and not as a um,
Object,
propaganda tool.
exactly. Yeah, propaganda. That is absolutely
And
correct.
once you establish peace in Gaza, I suggest you that you update their educational standards. They have too much hatred among children, so that when they grow up, they become,
It's funny that you said that, because there used to be a terror. They used to. We used to had a terror. We had a terror attack in England, in Israel. I'm sorry, my English is terrible. We had a terror attack in Jerusalem, in my city, which was a teacher actually went and started shooting fire at civilians in Israel, and then they interviewed his pupils, the kids who learned from him, and they cried, and he said, "It was such a good man. He never spoke bad things about anyone. He was always kind to everyone. He never said a bad thing, except when he talked about the Jews. I hope they will all die. Like let's kill all the Jews. Like, and then you say, so with all due respect, you see what those children been taught in schools. You see like what's happening, but I'm not going to go and like force them to like re-educate them. I am going to show reality, show what it really is. A lot of like a lot of Muslim Arabs in Israel who grew up in those systems decided that they no longer want to be part of this ideology, because they realize it's much better living in Israel uh with different, with different values and with different rights that from what they have. um
Yeah, and the reason why they left behind about 5 million people
yeah,
back in Israel is they want to create an issue with Jews. They does not want to solve this problem. They want to keep
absolutely.
stretching it like a rubber band.
There's not going to be a solution, like you said. And also something very, very important to remember, this will also happen to you very, very soon. India
Yeah,
is
and
not
I mean,
safe.
so,
You're not
yeah,
Muslim, you're not safe. That's it.
yeah. I we have experienced that already. That's why we are far right supporters. And
I'm not gonna be a part. Like, I'm not gonna talk about your organization, because, like I said, I am lack of
no, leave
information
it.
about
Yeah.
it. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a supporter of Vivek Ramaswamy, and he stated a good thing about Israel. If Israel does not want to adopt the two-state solution and want to go for one-state solution, Israel, we will support Israel.
Okay, to be very, very clear about this topic, the two-state solution is not a real solution, because the other side, the Muslim Arabs, never
Yeah,
agreed to it. Never. So to continuously shoving, like, if you continue forcing the ideology of that, let me try to rephrase it again in a way everyone can understand. I'm sorry, my hair is being like all over the place now. um, two-state solution is a lie,
Yeah, I know.
because no, but it's important to understand the other side never accepted the two-state
Yes, I
solution.
know.
Therefore, if people continue saying two-state solution, you need to learn about consent, because in consent both sides need to have an agreement about something.
Yes,
If
correct.
one side say no, then the other side cannot force it. That's called consent. Two-state solution is not an actual solution. It's a nice concept, but in this two-state solution, explain to me how this is going to go. So we have the territory of Israel, which is basically everyone who wants to live in a peaceful democracy, and the territory of Palestine, which Jewish people cannot live there. Christian people are being prosecuted there. Black people are being enslaved there. What, like, so this is like you're having a solution, which is let's create an apartheid state who is full of terrible things, but at least it will have a state. Now the thing is, they always say we want the entire thing. So why force them something they and we don't want? This is just like a really a person who is
Yeah,
outside of the
that's the
country of
solution. That's the solution Vivek Ramaswamy said, right? One state solution. That's it. Israel. That's it.
they have okay. The Muslim Arab world occupied Middle East and North Africa. Right now, there is a lot of ethnicities who are no longer exist or living under an occupation. For example, the Berbers in Morocco, the people of Libya, like the real Egyptian people. No one, like, if you look at those places, there is a really heavily, the population is majority Arab Muslim. We we are an ethnicity who is indigenous to our land, and we are refusing to be a part of their colonization, a part of their occupying the Middle East and North Africa. That's all I'm going to say about this, because I understand some people have an issue with this, but the fact, like I always say, facts are not changing. Your emotions are irrelevant to the facts.
Correct. Correct.
Um, and with all due respect, Israel is with the one solution you said it's only a country of Israel. Israel will be always a democracy where everyone are welcome, where people who have different point of views, like of course there's inner fights. Israel is not like heaven on earth. Unfortunately, no country is. Every country has their own issue inside a country, but Israel is still a democracy, and Israel is still a country that everyone can live in. um, the other territory where we're mentioning is not. Me as a Jewish Israeli woman who is having Zionist ideology, but even if I didn't have it, I will not be able to wear this there. I will not be able to wear this. I will not be able to practice my
Correct.
beliefs there, because this is a part of the Sharia law. I would be forced to be live under the Sharia law, and I'm always telling you guys, I'm not going to teach you. Go educate yourself in other places and then come back here. Always search for other information. I will not be able to stay alive there for a long period of time. So, with all due respect to this ideology, I prefer to fight for what I believe in, and I hope you guys will also do the same, because, like I always say, and again, I opened this channel in 2017. I didn't, and like I talked to you guys about things that happen here, about terror attacks that happen here, like a lot of things happening here before October 7th. I always told you guys, I'm here to educate you about my country and to learn about your country. And I'm also here to warn you, because everything that is happening to me will happen to you. Even though you think India is a big place, even though you think your army is great, you have the intelligence, blah blah, it will happen to
Democracy
you.
will be toppled.
Prepare.
Democracy will be toppled, and army will not have an upper hand from the politicians, and politicians will not give the order to defend the threat. I mean, defend from the threat.
You guys should
That is
always,
what going
all
to
of you
happen.
need to
Yeah.
just be very careful. Learn like how do I say it? Long learn like I don't know how to say it in English. Um, learn how to fight. Learn Krav Maga, Kung Fu, Karate, but don't do this to a terrorist and then do the Haya because he's just shooting you. But just like do stuff, okay? Be ready. I'm not telling you create an
Yeah,
inner
thank you.
army. La, la, la. I'm not. I'm saying learn how to defend yourself and learn how to identify when situation is starting to be a little bit more radical, because you
Yep.
are next. You are Hindus, you're not Muslims, you are in danger just like us. After Jewish people, I hope this will not be the case, but after Jewish people will not be exist, who do you think they're gonna come next? At one point it will be Hindus.
Every bloody person. Every bloody person.
See,
Is there
that's what
a
I'm saying.
end?
It's not just us. Learn from us, and we're gonna learn from you, and we're all gonna try to protect um this small amount of light that we are spreading in front of this terrible darkness. Now I'm gonna let you have your like several like final things, and then we're gonna end this stream because I feel like I've been here for
Thank you.
almost three
Shalom.
hours. Shalom. Namaste.
Bye bye.
Okay, I really appreciate you joining. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I know I haven't been here for a long time. I'm sorry everyone who's watching it after this live. I will try to do more live streams. I really hope people who are against what I stand for will feel like they can join the stream and have a conversation and not just write crap in the chat, because like I always say, if you cannot 100% support what you're like what you claim to stand for, you're fake. But thank you everyone who've been here. Absolutely appreciate all of you. I wish nothing but the best to all of you, and I hope I will be able to do it soon again. So yeah, take care. Bye everyone.